Can you feel the heat?
That dude used to be the gym.
Get into the groove. Oh, tonight. What's good, Playboy?
My friend.
I'm gonna act like we was not just on the phone for a whole half hour.
Oh, no, we was on the phone for an hour and 8 minutes.
Hey, elteddy27.
Hey, your boy Ty. How art thou?
Thou art fine, hun. I think I say hun too much.
Y'all gonna you gonna send a message to all your
Abby.
To all your friends. Abby, I know. But my live was already scheduled. I didn't want to have to reschedule my live, Abby. So I'm just gonna be here. Hey Abby, hey Danny, hey Patty, dude. I know others are live, but I had already scheduled my live, so me and Ty are here. Hey Drew's girl.
Tell him I said his lives is whack anyway.
You silly.
Shots fired. What's good, y'all? Damn.
Anyway, what is you doing, Ty? What's going on?
Must we talk about that Lovecraft I woke up to again?
What Lovecraft?
I felt like I woke up in Lovecraft country because I woke up. It was 7 o'clock, and I'm like, wow. I slept throughout the whole night. It's 7 in the morning already. But I'm looking on my phone, and my phone is telling me that it's Monday, and I'm like, wait.
You did ask me what day of the week it was. You did ask me, is it still Monday? You were like, but wasn't you on with your cousin in the car yesterday? And I was like,
the verses happened Sunday. The whole day went by, and then I'm like, I saw your video.
You were like, wasn't the verses like on Sunday a couple of days ago? I was like, this whore.
The confusion was real. It was real. I was like, my phone is my phone is lying to me.
Anyway, we come to give the people a little bit. Replay. Shout out to the people watching the replay. I always get the comments from you all who watch the replay and come back and say, I'm watching the replay, and I appreciate that. I really appreciate those of you who watch the replay.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Whenever this video finds.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Did you get that email I sent you from MVN? I sent you. Oh, dear.
You talking to me?
Yes, you.
If you are communicating with me through email, you better let me know you sent the email. Because I don't just scroll through my emails.
You know, Danny, I know who set up house. I know who won the power veto. I know how it was used, but I haven't been closely monitoring all of the stuff on the feeds. My goal is to do that tomorrow, to catch up on everything going on with the feeds tomorrow and see how that's going. Because I hear that there's a lot going on and it may keep me watching. But as of right now, I'm on the verge of pulling the plug on Big Brother.
You reached up a level, your mind, body, and soul must be one.
No.
Because you got that glow. You feel the touch when you got the glow.
I will accept your singing. I'm okay with your singing. You want to know why? So I don't have to deal with those dreaded sound effects. Because I hope when you went back and watched, you also heard that fuck shit and fuckery. Did you hear that mess? Did you hear that, man? And now you understand why I kept saying nobody can understand what that is.
That's why I said, but like I said, that was my first time going back watching any of your stuff. But
so what he said, y'all, is he'll watch me. That's what he said. He'll watch me on Steak and Whore.
I'll catch you live. No, but yeah, that's why I was back. I'm like, my video came up because my video looked grainy and gray, and my audio sounded like I got a mask on. And then not even all of my words come through. I was like, oh hell, that could be yo.
Danny, I'm gonna go back and tomorrow I'm gonna watch, and if it's something worth talking about, I might do it on the live. So you ready to talk about this versus yesterday, sir?
I was ready.
Okay, so yesterday we had what, in my estimation, is and has been the best versus thus far. Now I know who we talking about. We talk about the verses right now. Then we're gonna talk about Plump Peen Andrew. We all have seen his. I mean, if you tipsy as fucking want to come on and conjure up more tipsiness with me, but what we not gonna do before you come up on here, if I let you go here, Terrence, what we're not gonna do is have you disrespect our black queens, Patty and Gladys.
He coming with shade? Oh no.
Listen, that's the first thing I was going to talk about. Let me know if you want the link, Terrence. I'll send it to you.
Oh no.
There seems to be this disconnect, okay? The young kids. And you know what's so surprising? A lot of the young gays don't have the love and respect for a Patty and Gladys like that. Even Patty and Gladys will, on the verses, that was something that they mentioned that they talked about. Hey, Foy Bay. They gave love and appreciation to the gays because they said if it was not for the gays, we would not, be who we are. We wouldn't have had the careers that we had if not for the gays. They even gave a whole shout out to, and they said the gays, but they were talking about the black gays. They were talking about the black gays.
What else is there?
They're not talking about the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. They weren't talking about them. Okay. Anyway,
because Patty done seen some girls lose their back fucking shit mind when they see her.
Yes, honey. Yes, God, honey.
Oh, I could imagine.
Listen, now we love us some Gladys too. But the gays, honey.
Gladys looked like you had to pull it out of her how much she appreciated. She was like,
but the gays, we love Patty. Why? Because Patty embraces everything that is gay. Patty is extra. She is dramatic. Patty is everything that black gay men are. That's what Patty is. That's Patty. And I was here for it. So she gave a shout out. Hey, little baby, Shondo boo. Can I get some Shondos in the chat? We've been getting away from putting Shondos in the chat, but yeah, Shondo. Let me put my own Shondo in the chat. We've been getting away from what we normally do. Anyway, so the fashions. Listen, speaking of gay. Gladys looked real gay in that sequin outfit. I know she an AKA though. I know Gladys Knight is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Okay, so she had on her sequin pink.
She looked real good. I know you was gonna say she looked real gay.
In the immortal words of one Dorothy Zbornak, I look like I'm going to a gay funeral.
No, also in the words of the immortal Dorothy, I look like the mother of a solid gold dancer.
Back in the day, you couldn't get a front seat at a Patty concert because the girls brought all the yes God, bitch. Listen, Patty dude. The girls did not fuck off about Patty LaBelle. So what really made me go wow was the fact that the younger gay generation wasn't there screaming from the rooftop like those of us of a certain age was like,
No, if it ain't, if
they were just like, girl, it was all right, it was cute, but girl, that was my grandma. Now they went up for Brandy and Monica
because they're removed from Beyonce.
And I don't blame them. You know who I blame? I blame their parents. Because if you was raised in a good black household, you listened to good black music, you would know.
But it also depends. It depends on what your parents listen to, and I think that could be regional also, because I think a lot of I think Gladys plays more or plays better down in the South, further down in the South than as opposed to Patty. Yes, Bree, my sister in here. Hey, Tells. Tell you, Sabrina. Yes, y'all up in
Hey,
here.
Charlie, hey, Sabrina.
I ain't got nothing bad to say. I ain't got nothing bad to say about last night versus I do love me some Patty. I love me some Gladys. The part that got me was when they brought that train smoking whore up there.
No. Don't even.
That was the part that got me. Other than that, I was for it.
Don't bring Thomas the Locomotive up in here.
I mean, I'm just saying. That was the only thing I said. Now, wait a minute. I said, now, wait a minute.
That was cute.
Look, it ain't no shade to Dion. I swear it's no shade to Dion. Don't get me wrong.
But you know what? But you know what, Terrence? Let me school some of the people. And I was talking to Ty about this. There's a real beef and there's a real disconnect with a lot of the black community and Dion. And a lot of that is because back in the day in the 60s and stuff, Dion was the only black girl, the only black female that was over there in the pop white R&B charts.
Right.
Where those white writers wrote for her. Aretha, Patty, Diana, they didn't let none of the other black girls go over there. And so there was this there was a little hatred about that because that secured Dion's money and numbers because she was over there getting the white people money, whereas the black people were relegated to the black charts.
The chitlin circuit.
Mm-hmm. And so there was, and a lot of them knew. Now, don't get it twisted. The Dion of the 60s and 70s is very different from the Dion of the 90s and 2000s because chain smoking, you know, hurt her voice. But even back in the 60s, they knew they could outsing
Hurt back around.
But except for Diana. Diana can't outsing nobody. But anyway.
Oh, baby, they coming for me. Listen, it ain't no shade to that chain smoking ass hood rat. Look, it's no shade. It's no shade. I'm glad she was there. I'm glad she did whatever, but I ain't had to see that bitch. No shade.
Get up. Listen, can I tell you? Well, we'll get there because
you have to have an appreciation.
Came out, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I felt like that last episode. Remember the last episode of the Golden Girls where when Dorothy left and they kept looking around the room to see Dorothy was gonna come out. I thought Stevie was gonna come out and Elton was gonna come out and go out look around. Girl, they might bring all the girls back.
I live. When Patty kicked off her shoes and did her little whole thing, I went up. I was at work. And I damn near screamed.
Louis Vuitton luggage sitting on the side of assorted sizes, and then had levels of shoes sitting on. She had about 10 pairs of shoes sitting on all three levels of her Louis Vuitton suitcases that she had off on the side. Like, girl, you don't see me. Girl, you don't know who I am. Girl, you don't know.
They don't know me by that name, so retract your last message and call me Ty. You see my name, girl. What's wrong with you?
That is your sister. She can't call you by your government. That is your sister.
She damn sure can, and you can't tell her that she can't.
She better retract that shit.
I knew you lying.
I mean,
I got your back,
moderated. If you wanted to, you could take her comment out, but she might slap you in real life. Just like you might take her comment out, she might slap you in real life. Hey, sis, keep that in there, sis. We love you, girl. Girl going in on him. She might slap you in real life. And I would laugh at you and help her slap you.
No, Dion is not one of my favorites, but we have to pay homage to.
Yeah, now Dion really did pave the way for a lot of things. Listen, we would not have a house is not a home by Luther if not for Dion.
True. That is true. I mean, I guess I get that Benson and Hedges asshole or something. I mean,
not
I give you that.
Like she smoked Benson and Hedges.
Winston Lights. She like she smoked Winston Lights.
Okay.
No, what's the black cigarettes is black? What's the black long cigarettes?
Benson and Hedges.
I don't think Benson and Hedges is the black ones, is it?
I know.
No, they just call black. But the triangle on the thing and they long black cigarettes.
It's some black cigarettes. Not black. It's some black cigarettes. I can't remember the name of it.
I think Benson and Hedges come in like black, dark, brownish, and a white.
Oh, okay.
Benson and Hedges menthol.
No, Dion did not make Luther. That song, "A House Is Not a Home," was Dion's song first. She sang that song first. And Luther remade the song for him. A lot of people don't know
that. She don't smoke Newports. She don't do Newports.
She don't do Newports, girl. Real niggas do Newports.
Too much
she don't
money.
do no Newports.
Feel good when you smoke Newport.
Too much money for Newport.
Right. She might do Marlboros, but she don't do no.
You know the white people do Marlboros, tell you. You know, that's what white people smoke. White people, they smoke them some Marlboros, okay, or some Camel.
I could just
smoke Marlboros and Camel.
I could just imagine going into. You know those old people when you go in their house, as soon as they open the door, that altar hits you.
She do give you that when you walk in her house.
It's
right.
Cigarettes and
she be smoking them nasty Virginia Slims. Now I ain't mad at it though, but
Virginia Slims.
For like 3 different brand of cigarettes. What is she smoking now?
No, DR has a lot of his. One of my favorites is Alfie. I know I never loved this way again. That was my jam. I never loved this way again. Oh, child. Anyway, all right. So Ty is going to go round by round because Ty wrote down the songs. And I can tell you right now, first round went to Gladys. I was real mad about that.
I agree. I saw that. Yeah.
Go ahead. I won the first round.
Patty came out the gate with some song I had never heard of called "All Right Now," even though it was a cute song.
It was a bop now.
I had never heard of it, and she did "All Right Now" against Gladys's.
If anyone.
Yeah.
Never write my life story. Bitch, I was in here jamming.
I was at work dealing with patients and I had it on my earphones. I was jamming.
I said
one of my patients was like, "Oh, I saw that last night. You ain't see it last night?" I said, "No, this is my first time watching." She said, "Oh, you must be a little youngin'.
Exactly.
I went up."
Yeah, she gave you the business. She said, "Oh, you don't know no better. You too young. You weren't there. You were there for Brandy and Monica, but you ain't here for Gladys and Patty. Yeah, you're a little younger, Hattie."
But what automatically grabbed me in the beginning was the fact that
hey Amber,
Gladys was
baby.
The fact that Gladys was singing live.
Oh yeah, Gladys was. Yeah. But you know what? It reminded me of Brandy versus Monica, whereas Brandy was trying to sing live, and Monica was like, "Listen, girl, I'm not here for this. My songs speak for themselves. Let the track play my track, please. Play my track."
Because I still feel like Monica would have sung Brandy under the benches. That's like I feel Gladys probably would have sung Patty up under the benches.
Gladys won on vocals, but
Gladys vocals have held up.
It wasn't a battle on who still got it.
Exactly. It was a battle on catalog.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, if we're gonna be real about it, be real about it. That's all I'm saying.
Like, it's clear. I would love to see both of them in concert. I would still see both of them in concert.
But don't watch this. Say what you want though. But when Patty needed to pull out a note, Patty pulled out a note. Because If Only You Knew came, Patty was here for y'all. On If Only You Knew.
I'm telling you, won't she?
She was here for it.
She kicked them damn shoes off. I said, "Come through, Patty." That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want.
But we gonna go there. We gonna get there. We getting there. All right. So we all admit
Patty went in knowing the gays was watching.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Patty went. Right. She was there for us. She was there for us. She was there for us. Baby, she had that blonde wig, baby, laid to the gods. She had that blonde wig, baby. Said, girl, I got this good blonde piece of wig, Henny.
Yeah, bro. And she was all up in it. She was
wait a minute. When she pulled out that mirror, I said, "Bitch, Patty, you ain't shit." That bitch Patty pulled out this mirror like, girl, you see this good mirror, honey. Baby, I said,
her voice is not there. She been screaming to the rafters.
But you got to think, Patty has been singing in the stratosphere for 60 years.
Yeah.
And if you have been singing in the stratosphere for 60 years, it's going to take something off. You ain't going to still be able to be in the stratosphere in 2020 like it's 1960 again. I mean, let's just
look at Mariah.
Right. And both Mariah, I'll cut you. You know I'll cut you by Mariah. You know how I am.
I know, but I did to make a point.
But no, that's the point. That the thing about it is both of them, what took the bulk of their voices is they did an exorbitant amount of touring. And they did touring during the day when people sang on tour. They didn't play the track. They went out there and put mic in hand and sang for real. But you got to do that every day for hours. And they ain't come out like these kids nowadays come out and only sing 15 minutes. These girls came out there and sang for hours. Every day.
Some of the clubs didn't even have electricity. It was just enough for a piano and maybe a washboard and a microphone. And probably not even a microphone. You just go in there and sing.
Right. And she sunk her face to the floor, honey. That's one thing about it.
The other thing that me and Ty talked about off screen is say what you want. These ladies were sitting there singing down. They did. And if you are a singer, you know sitting down, you're going to lose half an octave just from sitting down. You're going to lose a whole half an octave of range. Because you can't, your abdomen, your diaphragm can't move like it's supposed to when you're sitting down. These ladies, old school, in their 70s, almost 80s, sitting down, said, girl, we still here for you. We still here. Girl, what? I was like, girl, these
it was funny because I noticed how they was. Because didn't Brandy and them sit on like stools or their chairs?
Yeah, they was on stools.
Like they wasn't playing. They had those old orthopedic chairs sitting down on the floors, and they was not here for that shit. But the second round, if you go around, Patty did. If You Ask Me To.
That took me out. I was already picking out. And she let you all know, hey, bitches, I know Celine sang it, but baby, that's my song. Just
you better believe it.
I love Celine down. She said, I love Celine down, but baby, that's my song.
I wrote that first. I was like,
yes, God.
I was like,
yes,
hey, y'all in the chat.
Hey, everybody in the chat.
Hey, Grandpa.
Hey, Watermelon Sugar. Hey, Mama 6. My thing about it is this. When If You Ask Me To came out, I said that's when every other song, it was a tear coming out because I immediately thought about my grandmother, my grandfather. My grandfather he was in love with Gladys Knight. My grandma didn't like the fact that my grandfather was in love with Gladys Knight. She slapped him times about a Gladys Knight song because he was having a little too much fun on a Gladys Knight song. But and she slapped him a few times. But my grandma was straight Patty. She didn't even play around. She didn't listen to secular music like that because she was saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost and the mighty word of fire, except for Patty. She would play her Patty.
My mama loved Patty and Gladys, but she loved her some Gladys. She even had Gladys's gospel CD when she sung with the Tabernacle Choir. Okay,
my mom's was more Patty. But the next two they did was Patty did "Stir It Up" from the soundtrack.
I love "Stir It Up" from the
that is my song.
And Gladys did "Beat of My Heart," which I never heard of.
You know, I thought that was when Gladys did the one from Claudine. Anyway,
"Beat of My Heart."
Patty redid "Stir It Up" with Joss Stone. They redid it for the Chicken Little soundtrack. And
they did.
It was a really good remake. Like Joss Stone, white girl can sing.
She can.
She was singing. Gladys was singing with her, and they both sang. I downloaded the remake they did of
Gladys or Patty.
Huh?
Gladys or Patty?
Patty, not Gladys. I meant Patty. But you know what? The thing about it is when both of them played the fast music. Hey, Rachel Lewinsky. The thing that you can appreciate is
Rachel.
The thing that you could appreciate is Gladys and Patty, even when it was a fast song, they weren't yin around the house. These were singing down, okay?
Right.
Hitting runs, notes, vocals, and all.
Thank you, Mama.
Giving you everything.
The next two they did, I kind of had as a tie. And that was Patty did "When You've Been Blessed," and Gladys came with her first song with the Pips, which was "On and On."
No, it was when you been blessed for me. Nothing can beat when Patty does that. Go from the low note and go all the way up high.
The way up to the high. Right.
No.
Right. Right.
It takes me out every time. It takes you out every time. When
It does.
And you go way up there in the stratosphere.
Gladys brought the extra funk in that one because it was with the Pips. And it was one of their...
She could have had the Pips. She could have had the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. She could have had the angels descend from heaven above on a chariot of fire. She wasn't going to beat "When You've Been Blessed" just for that note. Okay? I'm sorry.
Well,
I
not
going to do that one.
We know it's called the crescendo. Let me tell you something, Telly. Me and elteddy, we badass.
Wait a minute.
We know all about the crescendos, dear God.
I thought it was
more so than it being a crescendo, because the crescendo is just a change in volume from soft to loud. It was modulation that happened there.
Yeah,
more so than a crescendo. You're talking to people.
I know about the crescendo because I play.
Right, we know that there has to be a crescendo because there's a modulation that's happening at that time. So there's a natural crescendo when you go up the key. But you know, we ain't gonna go down that whole music theory route.
Yeah, girl, no. I took that in high school. I don't want to go through that again.
We ain't going back down the music theory route.
No, God.
Shelly got tracks out in these streets. I'm mad he came with that fuckery. Come on now, you got music out in these streets.
I'm so weak.
So yeah, Patty won that round. I'm sorry, Ty. I don't know what she was listening to.
Patty did win that round.
She did.
Down.
To me, it was Patty. And I love Gladys. I love the song.
I love Gladys.
But I got to give it to Patty.
Patty won that. Listen. What was the next round, sir?
The next one, Patty came with "If You Don't Know Me By Now," which...
That was Gladys. I mean,
no,
that was Patty. You're right. It was Patty.
Patty did "If You Don't Know Me By Now," and Gladys did "License to Kill." Another
by
one.
Teddy B. Now, that one I thought was even because when you become a Bond girl, meaning you got a song on the James Bond soundtrack, that is big deal. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. License to Kill at that time was a big deal. And I felt like because it was a remake and we still think Teddy P, when he was with Harold Melvin and Blue Notes, will still be the best version of that song. Now, what I thought Gladys should have did was they should have had Gladys's End of the Road remake that she did.
She didn't even play that. Right.
Patty's If You Don't Know Me By Now, because Gladys's End of the Road is better than Boyz II Men's End of the Road. If we just gonna be honest about it. Gladys's End of the Road, they didn't play it. They did not play it.
You think they get together and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna play, this is what I'm gonna play, this is what I'm. You think they do that?
I don't know. I'm sure they have a hand in who's gonna do what. Who's going, what song is gonna go win? I'm sure they do decide that. But to me, if you gonna play If You Don't Know Me By Now, the remake that Gladys, that Patty did, they should have did that End of the Road that Gladys did, because Gladys's End of the Road is better than Boyz II Men. Let's just be clear. And I love Boyz II Men's End of the Road, but Patty.
Yeah,
Gladys, when Gladys gets to the end of that song and she starts to feel it, and that woman goes, I'm here for it every time. If you ain't never heard Gladys sing End of the Road, you need to go listen to it.
I came to love some sort of a total awareness period. I've heard of Midnight Train to Georgia and all that stuff, but when I was living down south, my uncle Jerry, rest in peace, he used to play Gladys a lot, and I think one show that she was in concert, and I got to really take her in, and I was like, oh my God, like she is bad. And then
the one thing that I respect about about Gladys is when you hear Gladys sounds the exact same on the record like she do in concert. It don't matter where you hear her. When Gladys put that microphone to her mouth, it'd be like, wait a minute, am I listening to the track or the record, or is she singing live? Because she sounds exactly the same every time. And I respect any singer when you could sound either like the album or better than the album.
And I feel Patty was goaded into singing live, which I think she probably had no intentions on.
Yeah, I don't think she did either.
Although the spirit moves through her, so I'm sure she would have been humming and doing what she was doing last night. But I think because Gladys started off with the whole singing live, Patty was like, "Oh shit, I can't let this."
But I mean, if I'm just gonna keep it real, because we gonna keep it real over here, just like when we had the Brandy versus Monica. Brandy knew Monica could sing circles around her. And Brandy said, my voice and my vocals have graduated from where they were when some of these old songs came out. So I'm going to sing on top of the track to show you that I still got it and what my voice could do to try to give me a fighter's chance against Monica, because we all know Monica is the better singer. Now, I feel like Gladys kind of knew she does not have anywhere near the catalog that Patty has. But what she does have is, baby, I still have this voice. And I can here and I can sing live and still remember most of my words, even without the teleprompter, dear God. And I can give y'all
she was trying
what it is that you've been looking for.
Oh, I forgot some of my words too. Like at that point, I had not noticed her flubbing her lines or whatever. I think she was just trying to pacify Patty. But the next one,
go ahead.
The next one I had Gladys as a winner, but Patty did "My Love" from the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, and Gladys bust out the old Midnight Train to
But they played Midnight Train to Georgia twice.
They did. They
played it when they first came back, because remember, it went off, and I was screaming. I think everybody collectively, when the verses ended, started screaming, "What the fuck?" Like I see all of America did this big "What the fuck" when it went off. And then you had to click back in for
yeah.
And so when you click back in, they were already playing Midnight Train to Georgia.
I was watching on a Zoom party. I was watching on a Zoom party, and there was no interruption, but my TV there was. So I was waiting for it to interrupt on the Zoom, but it never did.
See, what might have happened was the people who might have been watching on the TV one might have been watching on Apple TV. Whereas if you were watching on Instagram stopped it.
Right.
I think after the first hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went back, you know, they restarted it. But when they started it back, they were in the middle of playing Midnight Train to Georgia. And
of course,
that was an epic battle now.
Gladys got that one.
Gladys, because it's Midnight Train to Georgia.
Right.
But that Patty song, My Love, Sweet Love, from Ready to Exhale, is my, I can't hear that and not start crying. I hear that song and the tears just go.
Not cry, girl.
It's a girl.
Could I be in here boohoo crying in the fetal position, rocking back and forth, bitch?
Down in the fetal position.
Rocking back and forth. Bitch, I was in the fetal position over here rocking back and forward several times last night.
You look at the whole Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, that song.
Yeah, my mama had it. I loved it.
Wasn't one of my favorites, but the whole soundtrack is.
The whole soundtrack is so good. My love. Listen, but you know what I felt was a disservice? Both the Patti LaBelle song on that soundtrack as well as the Aretha Franklin song on that soundtrack, they had way, you know, toward like the middle of the side. It wasn't like the first
right
4 songs or so. And I was like, that's a disservice to these giants.
Sweet Valentine on that one?
No, Rita sang what was Riri's song on that soundtrack? It's gonna come to me. It'll come to me in a second. Somebody's gonna put it in the chat. But
My Sweet Valentine. No, that was
My Funny Valentine was Shaka.
Shaka, right?
Yeah, Shaka said that, and that is my favorite version of Money. I've heard 1,000 versions of My Funny Valentine, but that Shaka Khan version, Shaka takes me out every time. Shaka does me, takes me out every time. Hurt So Bad was Whitney. Whitney saying, "Why does it hurt so bad?" Oh.
Don't mix up that Leo's work.
Listen, that song by Whitney, "Why Does It Hurt So Bad?" I just love at the end when she says, "How about that?" Listen, I don't know what it is about the end of that song because she's Whitney takes me up on that song. But hurt so.
This is when,
you make me wanna shoot through. Hurt so bad, gotta shoot now. Hey, ooh, that was my jam.
Cabrina, just look at that Cash App information that Danny just put in, and I'm gonna need you to work that part out. I don't know what you're saying in them comments, but just follow that Cash App instruction.
Child, you a mess. Just a damn man. Your sister's gonna slap the shit out of me. Out of you. Not out of me, out of you. And I'm gonna be here for it.
But look.
Yes.
At this point, this is when Patty proceeded to let you know.
Yeah, at that point, once Gladys played Midnight Train to Georgia the first time, it was only like 2 or 3 songs. It was only like 2 real songs that Gladys was going to have that was going to stack up. And you knew it was about to be a bloodbath. And we were only halfway through. And at that point, you knew, yeah, this is about to be a bloodbath. Because to me, at that point, once you played Midnight Train to Georgia, the only 2 songs you had that was going to be up there is going to be Neither One of Us and Love Overboard. And that's about it.
In that order.
And we hadn't even gotten to the Patty songs that we've been waiting for. We had not even gotten to all of the songs because Patty was about to hit you. Bam, 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 bam. Bitch, what you want?
Can we get into how ghetto and ratchet Patty is?
Patty was ghetto and ratchet. Yeah.
This was the point when she said, "Put my song on the teleprompter." Wait, my words.
Patty is the real one. You hear me? Patty say, "Listen, I don't know who the fuck y'all got working back there, but you whores need to have my motherfucking words on this good teleprompter, okay? And stop playing with me." I'm sure somebody got fired. A couple people got fired.
You're gonna get cut. Like Patty, like she got a razor blade.
No, when she called Jennifer Hudson and them, said, "That's what I'm saying, you little heifers. Hey, you little heifers." I said, "Girl, Patty."
Oh, just to sit off screen, in a personal setting with somebody. I don't know. Gladys gives me holier than thou vibes. Like, but to
Gladys, no, they two separate aunts. Gladys is the aunt that's always well poised. She went to college. Yeah. She pledged, AKA. Gladys is an AKA. She's always well put together. You'll never catch her off. That bitch got a good job. She got a 401k. Girl, she cooks for Thanksgiving. It's catered. You know that bitch ain't cooking herself. You know that bitch catered. That bitch always keeps her a nice pocketbook, okay? And she don't call it a pocketbook. It's a purse. Baby, go grab my purse from over there, please. Baby, she don't fuck off.
But on the other
Patty is the ghetto ass aunt that stripped when she was in her 20s, bitch. That was a stripper back in her 20s, bitch. Mama can cook down, bitch. Baby, she gonna be in the back smoking a blunt with all her grandkids. Baby, pass the good blunt over here, okay?
Right.
She is here for all the fuck shit, okay? And she's like, girl, I don't care about your Aunt Gladys. That bitch don't know me. Do I need to tell you about how she got bust down in the bathroom at Marshall Fields when we was in high school? She trying to act like she all that. That bitch ain't all that. That's
on a teleprompter. And then she was like, I'm going to cut you. And then a few sentences of words, phrases after that.
Child, Patty is that aunt that go down to the casino 4 days a week.
Like, my son don't bang like that. I was like, you better go ahead, Patty. I'm so
okay. Patty was proud of her son. She the one who run the numbers. She run the numbers, baby. You go to Auntie Patty house to run them numbers. Baby, go down there to Miss Patty house, okay, and play my numbers for me, please. Baby, you from the South, you know I'm going to go play them good numbers.
Yes. You better be
on. My grandma's older sister, she ran the numbers down in Liberty City in Miami. And baby, they used to be at my great aunt house. Gladys is
you have to remind me of this Patty song because I wrote it down, but it's not playing in my head. The next one, which I have down as their 7th songs, is Patty came with I Love You. How'd that go?
I don't think that's the song. I think that was Love and Need and Want You, Baby. Yes. Remember Kelly Rowland and Nelly redid it. Love and Need and Want You, baby. Love and Need and Want You, baby. I love it. Listen, that's all I needed right there. It was over. It was done.
That's why I gave her that round over Gladys, because Gladys came with Someone to Watch Over.
And although Someone to Watch Over You is iconic, it is an iconic song.
But it's not hers. And it's like, what? Bitch, you went to Disney? Like, what?
Listen, that Love and Need, even before Kelly and Nelly redid that, I love Love and Need and Want You, baby. Because the thing about Love and Need and Want You is Patty don't do a whole lot in that song. She just be real chilled and real groove right in the pocket on that song. It's just Love and Need and Want You, baby. And the beat, the groove is like just a little groove. Like, I was like, yes.
Cabrina, I got that written on my...
Cabrina said, period, boo. I was on the floor.
I didn't think I heard that right. Because when she said it, I was like, did that bitch say period, boo?
Period, boo.
That's how you know. I told you, Gladys is that aunt that still be out there smoking a blunt with her grandkids.
You mean Patty?
All the new lingo. Baby, you see she had on her red bottoms. Every shoe Patty put on was red. She had all her shoes lined up on her Louis Vuitton luggage, and I bet you all of them had red bottoms. She wasn't fucking off with y'all. Patty said, "Girl, I'm not fucking out with y'all. I have money, real money. Stop playing with me."
The next one I gave to Patty also, which was The Right Kind of Lover versus Gladys's Friendship Train, which she did with the Pips. And I'm like, who the fuck know the Friendship Train? So Right Kind of Lover, which was a bop back when it came.
The Right Kind of Lover was a bop.
I'm gonna give you that, Ty. Ty, I will give you that. I'm gonna give you that.
You heard of
I give you that.
You heard of Friendship Train before?
I wasn't familiar with Friendship Train.
I wasn't familiar with that, but I was familiar with Patty. So that's why I said I will give you
I told you, once you got to a certain point, every song Patty came out with, it was gonna be like, okay, bitch, that's my jam. And Gladys, you only after that had 2 songs that people was gonna be like, okay, I'm here for it.
Right. Everything that Gladys came up with after that, it's like you Shazam it, and it's like, all right, that's your shit. But when Patty came on, it's like, oh girl, I know that. The hell, my mammy and my grandmammy or my aunt played that goddamn song when I was young, so I already know that.
The next one I had sort of as a tie also, which was Patty's Somewhere Over the Rainbow and Gladys's Neither One of Us.
See, that was the battle right there, because that is 2 of their best songs. To me, Gladys's best song is Neither One of Us. Neither One of Us is my favorite song by Gladys. Gladys could do no wrong, baby. When Neither One of Us.
Neither one of us.
Come on, sing it.
Gladys could do no wrong with Neither One of Us.
Sing it, Ty. Sing it.
Look at it. It's sad to think we're not gonna make it.
Yes.
And it's gotten to the point where we just can't fake it.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's
true. Yes.
That throat done had something in it before.
You know I done had something in it. You know this before. Child, but everybody knows Patty for Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Listen, and Patty do Somewhere, and I kind of loved and hated that they played the old original, like 1968 version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow to show you the original, but that's not the Somewhere Over the Rainbow we wanted. Baby, we wanted a live version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow where Patty, you know how Patty do, she take that microphone and throw the microphone in the doggone crowd. Now, if you ain't never seen Patty Hill pick up that microphone stand and throw the whole microphone stand in the crowd, you ain't been to no Patty Hill concert, because you know on Somewhere Over the Rainbow, that woman is gonna take that microphone stand.
You say all 45 minutes of traveling over that rainbow.
Trying to tell you.
She took the scenic route.
The other thing, and before we go any further, the other thing that I love about Patty, I love you, Gladys. But see, for me, Patty proved herself a singer back in the day. She don't do it too much now. I've seen her do it at a concert. I went to a concert of hers in like 2015, and she did it there. But I don't know if she's still doing it now. When Patty will sing a song, and that whore will walk away from the motherfucking microphone, still singing that song, and you can still hear that whore from every corner of the motherfucking arena. That whole would just be singing. No microphone, no nothing. That bitch just started singing like, what, bitch? I have a voice. And you can still hear her from like she still got the microphone. Ain't got no microphone on her. Over there just singing. I'm here for it. I wanted her to do Forever Young. Forever Young.
Me too.
Forever Young is my shit.
Me too, Teddy. Me too.
I was happy with what they played. Next, I got Patty over Gladys again, which Patty did Somebody Loves You Baby, Somebody Loves You Baby. And Gladys did You're Number One. Another one.
Somebody Loves You Baby. You were not going to beat Somebody Loves You Baby.
Somebody Loves You Baby. Ain't nobody going to beat that. I'm sorry.
You had another one.
I'm sorry. When every HBCU and high school black syndicated band played that song and they still play it to today, yeah, I have to go with that.
Somebody Loves You Baby?
Hell yeah. What?
You mean like at a football
game?
Yes, they will play Somebody Loves You. Yes, they will. Yes, they do. They will play Somebody Loves You, baby.
Yes, and everybody in the stands is singing a song word from word. I promise you. Everybody.
Patty,
if the band stopped playing, the crowd still gonna sing the song.
You got to a point, unfortunately, where you knew it was about to be a bloodbath because they had not even played all the jams that you knew you wanted to hear from Patty. And I was like, Gladys, girl, I don't know what to tell you, honey. Girl, we love you, Gladys. Gladys, girl,
we love you, Gladys, but
outfit. Right, girl, Patty gonna beat you down, honey. You go ahead and sing live, but Patty gonna let that good track play.
The next one I gave to Gladys, which was versus Patty, Patty's Kiss the Pain Away or Kiss Away the Pain, and Gladys's Imagination with the Pips. Got to use the best of.
And good that shit. Look at him, girl.
Yeah, you can't like Gladys.
That was a bop.
And this is when Patty decided to put on some lube and a condom.
And she didn't even put on a condom. She didn't give her no lube. It wasn't no condom. Patty said, baby, you gonna get this spit, circle murder. Uncle Clifford in that good office. Baby, you gonna get this good spit, no condom, no not Mary condom. In that whole thing, with little murder. Uncle Clifford, we ain't seen that nary condom, okay? Baby, it was spit and then poke.
That's when people started to fuck everybody by doing a mashup.
No. That was the DJs being disrespectful. Because that's when they started to do, for every one Gladys song, they was giving you 2 or 3 Patty songs. And
hey sis, what's good, sis?
No, I thought they probably had them pre-packaged, as in this is going to be next, this is going to be next, and it was pre-mixed and pre-packaged.
But I didn't like when they started mixing Patty's song, because a lot of those songs at the end I wanted to hear by themselves. I didn't need you to put with something because it took away from the greatness that was that song.
It was a 2-hour show, and I think, I don't know.
Lil Murder had a condom? Oh, he might have had a condom. He might have.
I don't know. Right, because Uncle Clifford gave him one, or was like, hold up. But
let's just hold on. Let's just be clear. In real life, that would happen. There would have been no passing back. Baby, you was caught when you in the car. Everybody have been caught up in the heat of the moment. Everybody had the heat of the moment time. Well, you have
everybody ain't gonna use no condom at that time. Then
there would have been no condom, baby. There was no time for that. That would have.
Yeah, I've been in several moments. I'm not gonna lie.
That would have ruined the whole mood.
Baby, it would have. Right.
Mood. That was one of them. Stick in. It wouldn't have been no time, no question, no opportunity for all that shit. I'm trying to tell you.
Right. And you got one or two choices. Do it or fly.
Right.
Bitch, I'm doing it. I ain't got no time for that. You ain't got no time, bitch. Me neither. Do what you gotta do.
Go ahead. We'll handle that tomorrow. We'll worry about that tomorrow. That's one of them. Girl, we'll worry about that tomorrow.
But at the when Patty came with that mashup,
which was
New Attitude and On My Own versus,
and I didn't like that. Because
and then Gladys came for the second time. That's when Gladys came with
Midnight Train to Georgia for the second time.
So,
New Attitude by itself, because if you go to the second half of New Attitude and Patty start hitting them notes, I'll be like, yes, Patty.
Ooh. Yeah.
Listen, that was one of Patty's biggest crossover hits. That was one of Patty's biggest crossover hits.
It sure was. Right.
New Attitude. And remember, that was when she was doing the fan hair and everything.
Yeah.
That was the 80s headed.
Yeah.
God, honey. You fuck off that
clubs like this.
Yes, God. Yes, ma'am.
Because it was this gay dude who go to the
Ty keep coming with the fans. But wait until my Amazon order comes with my thing. Girl, I got 2 of them coming, honey.
I'm gonna hit you with the little one, huh?
No, mine ain't gonna. That little one is cute, but I'm gonna have some big ones like you.
The fact that they did New Attitude with On My Own, you know how many people love On My Own?
That's my favorite.
Own is one of my favorite patches.
That's my favorite. Period.
Her and Michael McDonald singing On My Own. Listen, I love him. So many promises never should be spoken. You know how Michael McDonald losing your God like a nerve.
She hit it. She was telling Gladys there's a story behind that. And Patty been in the game so long, she know how to clean shit up real quick. Because she was like, yeah, there was a story behind that. And then she was like, oh, it's just too long to tell you now. I was like,
And she was like, but girl, backstage, girl, we gonna tell
you. You better believe it. We're gonna let it be known, honey.
We gonna let it know, honey. Listen.
But Gladys look like the type once it gets salacious, she might say, oh, no, I don't want to hear no more. And that's one of the parts. She's that.
And Patty gonna be like, honey. I need to tell you, no, that's what Patty
that's another thing.
I need to tell your story about when you got, when you was over there putting those ceilings. Getting bust down, bitch.
Gladys was giving me brandy teas, and Patty was giving me
Monica. Exactly.
Monica did mine. Telling you the real shit. Okay. Talk about something my daughter was around. Bitch, your daughter 18 years old. What you mean?
Love, I told you send me a message send me a DM on Instagram and I will send it to you. I told you that the first time. My Instagram is scrolling across the bottom. Love, send me a message on Instagram. I'll send it to you, or email. Send me an email or a message on Instagram. I will send it to you.
And if you don't know, L, he prefers 14 inches.
Not
so 14 can accommodate 14.
Listen, I'm a size queen like all the rest of us, but 14.
My throat can accommodate 14. My throat can accommodate 14.
Throat with a K is one thing. That's one thing. The caboose.
Patty hit you back to back with mashups, and there was no way to combat that. She came back with "It's a New Day," "Feel Like Another One."
Yes,
ABC. The ABCs that she did on the Sesame Street. That just took me out. I was just like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done.
Listen, I love "Feel Like Another One." When she say, I say, Patty, girl, you can sing.
Yeah,
you know, Patty hitting some notes.
She do.
And Gladys came with "Love Overboard," which is a classic.
But I love New Day. I love New Day. I love New Day. I love Feels Like Another One. I love the ABC song. And we love Overboard, but it's not a fair fight because you got these 3 songs by Patty.
You could be a trick, but if you're gonna send him something, he prefers it to be 14 inches.
Abby, I'm not fucking with you. Abby, I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you.
Want you to touch that.
Girl, let him touch the dangly thing in the back of your throat.
If all you do is touching that dangly thing in the back of my throat, you're not doing anything, dear one.
Damn sure ain't.
Past that.
Right.
Real things. Past that. If all you doing is touching that, baby, wait, that's not what I want. Baby, you need to go past that. We're concerned ourselves with that dangly thing. We act like she's not even there because the dangly thing causes gag reflexes.
Right.
And real girls do real things.
Do real things. Right.
Ourselves. See, you let Cardi B get you fucked up and you'll be vomiting all over somebody's peen. Okay?
Oh no, man. I had this one nigga said, yo, just breathe through that shit. I said, okay. That nigga had 12 inches. He said, just breathe through it. Okay.
Give me instructions.
He said, breathe and swallow. Breathe and swallow. Okay.
Giving me instructions on how to endure pain. Like,
it ain't pain.
It ain't
pain. I swear it's not pain.
Discomfort, pain,
Pain is temporary, but the story lasts forever.
You gotta breathe and swallow. When you do that at the same time, you good.
That's like a nigga who never been fucked telling you all you gotta do is breathe through it. Like, nigga.
Yeah, but he knows what he got a big dick, so he knows what he's talking about. You don't breathe out your nose and swallow.
It is a little different.
That's all you gotta do.
I don't care how big your dick is. If you ain't never got fucked with one, you don't know how to accommodate one.
You can't walk nobody through it. If you never
Yes, you can. Cause he walked me through his shit and I was smelling his damn pubic hairs.
He already did it before. That's why he was able to walk you through.
Yeah, right. And that's my point. He said all you got to do is just swallow and breathe out your nose. That's all you got to do. I said, okay.
I'm with you, Danny.
And I was sniffing his pubic hairs.
How did we go left?
Well, that's how we do, Ty. You know how the three of us do. We'll go left real quick and get back on topic.
My sister watches, so I'm trying to act holier than thou.
Well, your sister know you.
Holier than thou.
Your sister know you. Holier than thou.
She don't know that part of me.
She know how long you used to be in the bathroom when y'all was growing up.
No.
About you taking a bath and a shower, and you weren't taking nobody's bath.
No, she doesn't, because I was 13 years older than her. And I wasn't doing that in the bathrooms when my family was there.
You waited till they left.
Anyway, can we get back because I only have one or two more. Patty came with "You Are My Friend" and "If Only You Knew," and Gladys bust out the big wheel. She brought that old chain smoker out.
But it was nothing. Listen, once "If Only You Knew" comes out, there's nothing Gladys has that's going to be in the same stratosphere.
I agree.
If Only You Knew.
I agree.
And I love Gladys to death.
Yeah.
But even real singers will tell you, "If Only You Knew" is one of the hardest songs to sing.
We get here.
Bitch, we caught the bus, sonny.
But they did "That's What Friends Are For," and then they ended pretty much with "Superwoman." And so
and listen, if you've never seen them saying "Superwoman" on Oprah Winfrey show, when you get off this live, go on YouTube and search for Gladys. I think it's Gladys, Dion, and Patty.
Yeah.
Singing "Superwoman" on that Oprah Winfrey show.
Listen.
And now
when that bald-headed scallywag came up there, I was over it. I'm just gonna be real. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be real. When that bald-headed scallywag came up there, I said, "Bitch, I know you fucking lying." They don't need no help.
She's that aunt that doesn't come around because she knows nobody like her. Nobody likes her.
Well, that's even more reason why she shouldn't have came around for this.
Patty did talk about that flip phone and the fact that she still got a flip phone. I said, Patty girl, they don't even make flip phones no more, okay?
They damn show no.
They don't even make them no more.
You don't need to upgrade that after a certain amount of
Now, you know, you're about 2 good years from that age where you still have a phone to be like, "Oh, I still got such and such phone," and the kids be like, "They don't make them." So you got about 2 more good years. 2 more.
I'm weak.
2 more for you at that point. Because I know you still, when you showed us your iPhone 3, you did show us your iPhone 3. They don't make them no more. They don't make them no more.
Not the iPhone 3. Lord Jesus. But listen, that's why I'm Team Galaxy. I ain't got no time for the iPhone. Listen, the FBI can find you quicker. And I be running over people with my car. So no, I don't need no iPhone.
But yeah, I was thoroughly pleased and I enjoyed.
I was. I didn't think I was here for it until I saw it, and I said, "Oh, I'm here for this shit." Yes, I was all here for it.
I was watching the numbers because I believe Brandy,
they got up to 600 and something thousand is when I saw, is the largest that I saw. It might have gotten higher. I never expected them to get the numbers of a Brandy and Monica, because Brandy and Monica crossed over into the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains and pop and things like
not
that.
even that.
That Gladys
the people
and Patty never could have dreamed of, slipping into back in their younger days or even back in their older days. So
I believe they have the fan base, especially together, to garner those numbers. It's just that their fans are too old for Instagram. Their fans,
a lot, and that's the truth. A lot of the people who probably would have watched it, one, don't have an Instagram, definitely don't have no Apple TV,
right, or
nothing like that. So what ends up happening is they grandchild or great grandchild got to say, "Oh, grandma, great grandma, auntie, or whatever. Here goes such and such. Let me play it for you because you missed it." Now they might get the numbers in the replays.
This is a 10.
Yeah, I get you. But I knew they wasn't gonna get in the millions like Brandy and Monica. But I kind of felt like they was gonna get dangerously close. Like 800,000-900,000. That's what I thought.
Even with them getting 600, however many thousand they got live in the chat, that is still in the top 3 to 5. Instagram lives ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what did either they was either above or right underneath Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. Because Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, I don't remember getting in the millions.
Yeah, I don't remember them being in the millions either. Like I thought they was gonna be, solely because of Erykah Badu.
And I thought their numbers with Patty and Gladys got, was rivaling Jill Scott and Erykah. Hell, I was telling Ty earlier, when I look at my screen, and I should have screenshotted it, and the comments on my screen is Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, and Big Frida successively. You got the entire cross section of the black spectrum. You got Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, and Big Frida back to back on my screen. I'm like, nah.
I forgot that both of them did just do the Masked Singer. Didn't Gladys win hers, or I don't know if
Gladys was on there. You have to ask Really B. It's Real B.
Patty did it also.
Patty did Masked Singer too. She did.
How excited I was.
I think Patty did season 1 and Gladys did the season 2.
No, I think Gladys did it first.
No, I thought it was Patty first. Oh, you might be right. I think it was Gladys. You might be right. It might have been Gladys season 1.
Yeah, Patty was talking about how she saw Gladys do it, and she was like, "Well, I'm gonna do it," basically, or whatever.
The only time I watched The Masked Singer was when Michelle Williams did it.
I've never watched The Masked Singer.
And Candy.
But let me tell you something.
When Candy and Michelle did it, that was the only time I watched it.
Who they wouldn't have had no verse is Hate Retha. God bless the dead. Hate Retha would have looked like verse who? No, baby, we're not doing that. No, I don't know. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
You know who I would love to say, and I mean who I would love to see. I would love to see Stevie Wonder and Elton John.
Me too, Ty. Me too. Me too. I love Elton John. Me too.
I think Stevie will win quite handily.
He would, but I would still
quite handily. But it would still be a good versus.
But it depends on what you present. Yeah. It depends on what you
do. Stevie does so much writing. And listen, quiet as it's kept, Stevie could just play his Christmas albums. And that might do it enough for me. But no.
I like his Christmas album.
I keep saying
it was the Jackson 5 Christmas album.
Oh, the Jackson 5 Christmas album.
Oh.
The best 2 Christmas albums of all time is the Jackson 5 and Mariah Carey.
And
those 2 Christmas albums right there. Hey, Monk Chip.
Motown Christmas album. Monk. I love
the Jackson 5 Christmas album and Mariah Carey's Christmas albums are my top 3 Christmas albums. In my top 3 of all time.
I didn't need to give that shit. She caught lightning in a bottle with that. All I want for Christmas.
But no. People talk about All I Want for Christmas.
Now,
but if you go and listen to the rest of that album, where she got the whole gospel choir backing her up, and basically Mariah, it's basically a gospel album. If you really listen to that Christmas album, it's basically a gospel album.
You throw a choir
to Mariah Carey.
You throw a choir up in the mix, and I'm pretty much sold.
Yeah, I'm here for it, but but I would love to hear a versus between. To me, I would love to see a versus between Mary and Tony, and I'm gonna say those two because they both been around the same amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them got a catalog. They both got a catalog. And
see, but when you say catalog, what do you mean? Just
meaning they got albums.
I would say
they have albums.
But how much quality is in those albums?
Both of them got quality.
I personally will put Mary up against Mariah. No, I feel like Mariah is a better person against
Mary. That would not be fair for Mary. Mariah got
So does Mary J. Blige. So does Mary J. Blige. What's the 411? My Life, Share My World, The Breakthrough. Do I need to continue? Because I can.
Yeah, you might need to continue because you might need to continue it.
Letters in London.
That would be a fair fight. That would be a fair fight.
No, it wouldn't. I feel like that would be a much fairer type of thing.
No,
than,
I think Tony versus Mary would be a much fairer fight. Mary versus Mariah. No, God.
I don't think so. I can listen to Mary's Junkie Days whole album.
But that's a personal thing. I wasn't a big Mary fan. To me, I like what's the 411, but her Junkie Day albums, the My Life and Share My World out, I ain't like none of that garbage. I hate all of her.
You lost your mind. You lost your marbles. No, ma'am. And you think Tony is going to be better than putting Mariah up against that? No, ma'am.
Mary versus Mariah would not be fair. Mariah would throttle.
Yeah, it will.
Mary.
No, she won't.
Mary.
No, she won't. No, she won't.
That would be a bloodbath.
No, she won't. I believe that it would be neck and neck. If anything.
Let me tell you how, though.
No, she
Mariah
won't.
got so many hits that was.
So does Mary J. Blige. What you mean?
Nah, that wouldn't.
No,
be fair.
ma'am.
Mary got hits, but for me, although I love a lot of her original stuff, Mary didn't really start hitting for me until she got clean. Like a lot of her original stuff before that was classic. But to me, her voice improved.
To me, when she started doing "Won't Be No Hateration, Holleration" in it, that point on, I was kind of like, okay, man.
That I'm not with.
But all that stuff.
No, I'm not with that because I didn't like.
Those albums, I was like, what is this trash? Mary, go somewhere and sit down and fuck somewhere.
What?
I was like, yeah, I was.
Baby, you ain't been through no real breakup.
Well, I've been through a whole lot.
Real breakup.
But Mary wasn't taking me through. Mary wasn't the one taking me out that breakup.
Well, if you think Mary and Tony will be a good thing, that's on you.
They would. Mary
me personally.
Ask the chat.
Right.
Ask the chat. Do y'all want to hear Mary J. Blige and Tony Braxton? No, ma'am. Or would y'all want to hear Mary J. Blige and Mariah Carey?
Listen, put a 1 if you're here for Mary J. Blige versus Mariah Carey.
They both have the same catalog.
Put a 27 if you're here for Tony Braxton versus Mary J. Blige. I'll let the people talk.
I don't give a damn what your chat got to say. I'm a Mary bitch. I love Mary J. And don't get me wrong. I love Mariah Carey.
And one for Mary.
I love Mariah Carey. Don't get me wrong.
Tony. Everybody said Mary versus
Tony.
But
you know what? We got the same subscribers. Listen, we have the same subscribers. So if I go on my live and I tell them that, everybody gonna go up for Mary. What's what I say?
They're saying Mary versus Tony.
Fuck you, bitch. I would love to see Mary versus Mariah Carey. Because Mariah Carey and Mary J. Blige both have the same amount of catalogs.
No, they don't.
I feel they do. I feel like Mariah Carey would kill Tony Braxton as far as catalogs.
We just said Mariah versus Tony.
Thank you, Drew's girl. Thank you, Drew's girl. Tony, now she doesn't have the catalog. Who is that? Button Jessica. Hey, Button Jessica. Yeah, you're right.
Tony,
they are different.
Like you all forget about Tony's catalog, but Tony got a catalog. Listen,
Tony definitely has a catalog.
When I look at
Tony definitely has a catalog. Don't get me wrong. I love Tony Braxton. Listen,
right now,
just
I have
because
about,
I'm saying that, don't get it twisted. I love Tony Braxton.
Right now, I have about 9,000. Last time I checked, I had about 9,000 songs in my saved playlist on my computer.
9,000 songs. Damn. Yeah.
Of those 9,000 songs,
15,000.
When I look at the Mary J. Blige list versus the Tony Braxton list, I probably have more bops from Tony Braxton than I do Mary J. Blige. But that's because
What's the 411?
I liked What's the 411, but those 2 or 3 albums after that was not good.
Share My World.
Nope.
The Breakthrough.
Nope.
Girl.
Nope. One hit, but none of that.
I'll let you have it. Your chat gonna agree with you, and I'll take it.
When you just said
I'll take it.
Your chat,
but I'm sorry. I feel like Mary versus Mariah would be a really good versus. It would.
Celine versus Mariah would be good, but Mariah still has a bigger catalog than Celine.
Who would Celine battle?
Mariah Carey has a bigger catalog than Celine. And I love Celine. I love Celine. Down.
Mariah gives me the vibe that she's not even.
Yeah, me too.
She gives me the vibe that she's not friendly with a lot of people in the industry. So I couldn't even.
You don't have to be. She's Mariah Carey. When you're Mariah Carey, you don't have to be friendly.
I wouldn't even want to see her sit there and pretend to like Celine, or Patty and Gladys they were striking a nerve a little bit yesterday with all this love, and I love you, sister, and I love you, which I don't doubt the love is there, but I'm like, girl, spare me some of that. Oh my God, RuPaul versus who? Oh no,
RuPaul don't have nothing. We wouldn't even have him in
RuPaul got Ru got a catalog. Don't do him.
Button Jessica, that is disrespectful. Button Jessica, I love you, girl. But you mentioning Mariah and Beyonce in the same sentence is disrespectful.
Why? Who you think got it hands down? Because I don't think it's that simple.
Mariah and Beyonce, that's disrespectful.
It is. It is.
When Beyonce, Mariah was my.
What do you eat?
You could literally play
bastard.
What am I eating?
I don't know.
Literally,
all these people in your chat must be 90s babies or millennials. Oh, that's what you eat.
I'm still stuck on RuPaul versus. I don't even think there was anybody else.
RuPaul versus who? Who is y'all put? I'm weak against y'all. Who? RuPaul versus what's his name?
Todrick? No.
That would be good, but the other one.
Todrick ain't gonna give you number Disney.
Billy Porter.
No. Billy can't hang with Ru. Billy probably got one album to himself, but
I don't think Billy got no album. Billy's saying, on Broadway and stuff like that, but I don't know him to have no album.
Since Pose came out, I think he did something because he performed something at Barclays. Say revolution, all that shit. But he's on a lot of soundtracks, like Broadway soundtracks, but I don't think he has his own. There's no Ru in the class by himself.
Listen, I like Billy Porter, but I just did not go up for that tuxedo dress. I did. I'm sorry.
I like the tuxedo dress. I like everything he wore after that. Everything that he don't wore after the tuxedo dress, I haven't liked.
I didn't like,
but I did like the tuxedo dress.
I didn't like the tuxedo dress. I'm sorry.
So before we go to the next thing, overall, who won, Patty or Gladys?
Patty. I had her down for
Patty. I agree with Patty.
9 songs versus the Gladys's 6.
Hey, Belize.
Please.
Hey,
Belize.
Hey, Jenkins 0807. So listen.
Sabrina.
I saw you got your homeboy Andrew Gilliam in the thing. Girl, why did he come out as bisexual? And why the wife was sitting there like, I mean, girl, please cut your losses to us. Either cut your losses or just do your thing on the side, and he'll understand it because he obviously doing his thing on the side. And you could just have an Ashley and Michael situation.
Exactly. You want them to have Ashley and Michael.
That's what I said. Yeah, they can have an Ashley and Michael situation, and I would not have no problem with that. I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't have no problem with that because I already know what it is.
I mean, think about it. If Cory Booker can be a U.S. senator, and we know he's gay as the day is long, you know what I'm saying? And what he supposedly, allegedly supposed to be with Rosario Dawson or whatever, proclaiming that he's with Rosario Dawson. We all know Cory Booker is, one of the girls.
But my question is, can you be bisexual and be married to one person? And does that not then suggest that
you can, so long as you're in a Michael and Ashley situation. You can. If you're in the Ashley and Michael situation, you can. It's like, baby, listen, you can have all the comforts of life, but I want to do what I want to do. And if you agree with that, and I take care of you, I take care of your kids, you can buy whatever you want, you can go wherever you want. I don't have no problems with that. And if you meet the right woman and she's like, okay, then it's cool.
This situation, I don't have to talk from afar, okay? RJ, Andrew, and myself were all in school at the same time in Tallahassee. They went to FAMU, I went to Florida State. I was friends with RJ well before I was friends with Andrew. I knew Andrew because he was dating RJ at the time. We knew about Andrew back in the day.
Wait a minute. Wait, you failed to mention that months ago.
Oh, I did mention that. No, actually, Jack, I mentioned that months ago on my Silly Saturday Live when we first
discussed the way he gay. Yes, please.
We already know we knew back then, this is 20 plus years ago, about Andrew. He used to be at the white frat boy houses down in Florida State, Sig Ep and shit like that. Kappa Alpha Order. Pi Kappa Alpha.
Girl,
let's not go down the list of the that he used to frequent and get bust down in. On the great campus of the Florida State University, where excellence is the word of the day. Exactly. Lil Baby put it in the chat. I already gave that rundown. So, my point is this.
So being
why is the new DL? The way DL was the term in the 90s, bi is the term now in the 21st century. Because the girls don't want to be fully gay. Now they want to be bi because that allows them to have this lie to themselves that they're still holding up to being semi-straight. They can still claim, oh, I like the cooter. Bitch, you don't like nobody's cooter. Bitch, you like to get busted down. But everybody who I've ever met that claims to be bisexual always want to be a bottom. They don't ever want to be tops. All the bisexuals always want to be bottoms. They always want to get the fuck bust down. Now, they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you one thing. But, baby, when them doors close, and I ain't going to even say the lights go off because some of them like the lights on because they want to see themselves get bust down. They might want you to tape it. Them girls.
Right.
When I first came out, I was bi. It was bi for me. I felt that was the safest.
Me too, Ty.
Middle of the road. They wouldn't judge me too harshly because they knew I still like girls.
Right.
So
me
they
too.
would just be like, oh, okay, he just a little free. But yeah, it was safe for me to just say bye. I remember calling my aunt. I was living in North Carolina, and I called up here and told my aunt first. It's like, you sitting down? I was like, yeah, I'm bi. Then I told her, I was like, you could tell everybody else that's up there in New York. I was like, you could tell my mother and everybody else. But yeah, I'm bi. But yeah, for me, it was just safe. But you saw no parts of a bi life from me at all. I'm sure everybody I told that to was like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Nigga, you gay. Just said. We accept you. Ain't no big damn deal.
No. It's like that video. You ever seen the video with the black lady in the pink bathrobe with her son tells her he's coming out the closet and she open the closet and be like, oh, we were waiting for you. There's no this closet. She open the closet door and say, oh, we've been in there the whole time. Say hello, you ready to come out? Oh, you ain't ready yet. And close the door. She was like, she opened the door again. I was over here sitting like, oh, you ready to come out? Oh, you ain't ready? Okay, well, let me know. Oh, okay, well, let me know. Let me bust the door. If you ain't never seen that, I gotta find it. I can find it, I'm sure. But it made me laugh because this is a black mother. And her son tried to tell her he was coming out the closet. She was like, child.
Hey, honey.
We've been waiting for you the whole time. Hey, Shawnette. Like, opening the door to the closet. She opened the door to the closet and say, you ready to come out? Oh, you not? Oh, okay, no problem. Close the door. She go back to the door. Oh, you ready to come out? Oh, you ain't ready? All right, no problem.
Before I knew how to spell gay, they was calling me gay. So I'm sure it was no surprise.
Right.
Everybody.
Listen, Andrew Gillum. There was a lot of backpedaling and pussy popping in this interview.
It was.
A lot of backpedaling and pussy popping. Now, because the escort told us y'all had been friends for a long time. He knew you for a minute. He was busting you down, or you was busting him down. Whoever y'all was busting each other down.
What was his
yeah, I think Andrew was the top. I'm gonna be real.
I don't know.
Verse. He probably verse.
I mean,
I don't think so.
I
I
ain't
think
gonna lie.
Andrew was the top.
Andrew looks to have a nice peen. We've seen the peen in all of his
Yeah.
and it was still a nice, decent size, even in its flaccid state. I do want to see it in its full glory.
I don't remember ever seeing that.
I got you, Ty. Don't worry. I got you. Anyway, my thing about it is this. You now talk about, oh, I didn't really know him like that. We were just acquaintances. I just knew him for a little while. Honey, you knew him for a minute. Y'all went there. Oh, I don't remember what happened from the time I was out at this club drinking, and then I woke up and it was cops around me. Girl, I don't buy it. You was over there doing Tina and everything. Y'all had a party and play situation going on. And now you trying to backpedal and push off of that. Honey. Now who they need to do an interview with now? Man. Now that they done did his interview, they need to go find escort man and do an interview with that.
Thank you.
And have him.
An escort man, he gonna say, an escort man gonna say he didn't need Tina to do it. He did it without Tina.
Exactly.
Tina just made it a whole lot better.
Cause you still ain't
That's what he gonna say.
You still ain't explain how the fuck you end up naked, butt ass naked.
Right. But funky your wife. Pussy naked. Right.
If you love your wife. You naked as the way God gave you. Dick sprawled out in a pool of vomit. Dick sprawled out in a pool of vomit.
Vomit.
And then, no, wait a minute. And then he tried to make it like the people who took the pictures were the problem. And someone took these pictures of me in my vulnerable state. How dare, no, bitch. Had you not been your ass naked in this goddamn hotel room, getting
that wouldn't have they couldn't have shown that. Right.
Cabrina, you want to come on? You trying to come on, Cabrina? Cabrina say when can she join? It's nothing but clicking the link, Cabrina. It's real easy over here. We don't have no respect to person over here. You know, when I was in church, when they used to say God has no respect to person, I always thought it was just saying God don't respect people. I used to be like, yeah, we have no respect to person. We don't respect none of you whores in here. We have no respect for you whores. That's what I used to think when I was growing up. I'm just saying. But my thing about it is I do think he can revitalize his career. Because hell, if Cory Booker gay ass can be in the United States Senate, Andrew Gillum has a place as well. I'm just saying.
Is Cory not married?
Hell no, he ain't married.
Girl, they ain't gonna want Andrew Gillum. His ass got caught. They ain't gonna want him.
Cory Booker is married to nothing because Cory Booker likes to get bust down.
Cory Booker is different. Cory Booker been in our lives since the 70s. Mm-hmm. Okay, he got seniority over Andrew Gillum. I was just saying.
Will you see? Oh, Shanta up in here? Yes, that's my other sister. I got 7 of them. They all
you got a whole bunch. Hey, Shanta. Hey, Cabrina, we gonna have the whole family up here. Ty, you know, Ty, you got exactly your whole family in here. I have a whole lot of numbers, honey.
This video but
I don't think so.
Yeah, Cory is allegedly the actress Rosario Dawson, isn't he?
The Baptist community, because I'm Baptist, they ain't gonna want. But Kojic, Pentecostal, Apostolic, they'll give it to him.
Y'all will vote for him too. Don't do us Baptist.
No, they won't. He gonna get voted out as quickly as whatchamacallit did on Greenleaf. I bet you.
I don't know. It's so much harder. Black man.
I bet you. And Baptist, no, he won't. He'll get away with it with Kojic and Apostolic and Pentecostal. He'll get away with it. But in Baptist, oh no, ma'am. Nope. They're gonna have a Zoom meeting for his ass that same day. So when we voting him out, okay. So who you got coming in to replace him? Oh, okay. I guarantee you. Trust me.
The only difference is the Baptists claim to be tops in person, and then they close the door and put their own footprints on ceilings. And so they have that whole motto about them, about we don't have that over here. And then you close the door at the convention hotel, and them hoes having a whole. They done closed down the banquet hall and put fucking blow up mattresses all over the banquet hall floor, so they can have a whole brothel and a whole sex party at the Baptist National Convention, Full Gospel Baptist National Convention. Don't get me started on the Baptists.
I don't know about that.
They're not even gonna do blow-up mattresses, bitch. They're gonna give you sleeping bags. I agree. 1,010%. I agree.
I love a good standing up. I love to get bust down. A good standing up, me against the wall, standing up, get bust down. I'm here for all of that. Here for it.
See, my sister's in here, so I can't engage in this.
You can't talk about just because your sister's here. Your sisters know you get your back blown out.
No, they don't. They don't know that.
You just confirmed that. You just confirmed it.
The fan
you get your back blown out.
I would say that as in they don't know.
The fan is a damn giveaway.
Way.
Wait.
They don't know if I'm man or woman, like my mother.
Telly is in the chat. Telly could tell your whole story. You forgot Telly is in the chat.
No,
Telly could tell your whole life story.
So Ty, you about to give what all of the DL niggas give on the YouTube channels?
Ass whooped.
You about to give what all of the other gay men on YouTube web series give? Or my family don't know I'm gay?
No, my family.
Oh, they don't know I'm bisexual.
No, they
don't know I like.
My family know I'm all the way gay. But I don't.
They know you like to put your footprint.
I don't sit with them and talk about whether or not I'm receiving or pitching, and this nigga had me.
Whether or not you play offense or defense.
No, I don't do all that.
Charlie, I already told you what I'm eating.
All you know is that I'm gay.
Pretzel crisp, the everything ones. This is what I'm eating.
I'm weak. I'm so weak at time, I swear.
I ain't sitting over there telling about, this nigga had me like this, and I was like, take it.
But that's what your sisters is for you to tell them that.
No, that's what friends are for.
No.
Glad it's
brother. Listen, I've raised a lot of younger. Listen, hey chef, I've raised a lot of younger female cousins and siblings. And what a good gay older sibling does is you teach them how to take it well. You teach them how to do it right. You teach them what men look for and what men not to look for.
Yeah.
They bring you around conveniently when they have a boyfriend, so you can tell them, nah, that bitch gay. Don't fuck with that nigga. Don't fuck with that right there. Nah.
Right.
You put footprints on ceiling. That is your job. That is your role. And you ain't even playing in your role. And your sisters is in the chat looking like, that bitch ain't tell me that. He was supposed to teach me how to suck a good dick.
Oh, no.
Yes, you were supposed to teach them
I'm not
that.
Type of gay, and I'm not that type of girl.
You were supposed to teach them how, if they man say, I want it from the back, I want back shots, I want to do anal play. You were supposed to teach them everything they supposed to do.
They don't have that type of relationship.
He'll love Cabrina and Shanta. He'll love y'all. All of this. He do not love y'all. How do we teaching y'all this?
Oh no!
A damn mess.
Have some sort of class.
No, you don't.
I'll talk about cute boys. And stuff like that. Boy,
my younger sisters, because I'm the oldest, and my younger cousins that I grew up with and stuff, they all know. They will tell you right now, yeah, he did teach me about that. You can't come to me with all that because I already know how it goes down. I can suck a good dick.
Right, exactly.
I know, bitch. Nah, don't come around here with that fucking shit because I already know. He already taught me. Nah, bitch, we ain't here for it.
No.
Wait, Cabrina said you ain't got to teach them shit. They might could teach your punk ass something.
I'm through with learning, but I ain't giving.
They might teach your punk ass something.
I ain't giving no master classes.
That's what they could teach you. You can't teach them.
I don't want them to teach me. I'll learn the hard way.
That is right. You will learn the hard way. Go ahead.
Literally the hard way.
You see Shanta, so like he never taught me how to make my ass clap.
Oh, you were supposed to teach us. Because you are kind of fat, and so you got a lot of extra flab back there on your ass cheeks.
I do have the fattest ass in my family.
No, I don't know about all that. Y'all see what we got to deal with? A mess. Just
y'all see what they trying to take me there.
Wait, what about Terrence? What about the fact that Ashley said last night she be smelling Michael dirty ass underwear? Did you hear that shit?
What about the fact that Ashley gonna admit in the next episode that her and Michael got an open marriage?
That they got an open marriage?
Because
we already knew that.
The last episode I saw was leading into, I think they were still on the trip when the last episode I saw, and somebody was it was. The next episode was supposed to be somebody had found him in a gate in a strip club.
The last one you saw was
but this is the thing. That tea came out way back in the summertime. That's the whole thing. That video that they showed, that came out back in April, May of the summertime. So we already knew that Michael already admitted that he told Juan that he'll suck Juan's dick.
I will suck Juan's dick.
But the guy is, I suck Juan's dick too. So I wasn't even mad at that.
I don't even know who Juan is.
I met Juan in person. I met Juan Dixon in person. And I think I met Robin because I met Juan and his girlfriend back when they were in Maryland. And it was some light-skinned chick. It probably was
But let me tell you something. When Ashley said that she sniffed his drawers, in my review, I said it smelled like ball juice in nursing home because he got about 60, 70 years old. I said, Robin, Ashley, we don't want to know all that. All you had to do was say, I read text messages, emails, I screen phone calls. That's all I wanted to know.
But if you're in
I don't want to know nothing about you smelling his old ass drawers.
If you're in an open relationship, you're just investigating what you know is going to be the truth eventually.
But no, that shit was for the cameras. Because she just recently, off camera, admitted that they got an open relationship. That shit was her playing up for the cameras and for the other girl to make it look like she didn't know. That bitch knew the whole time. From the moment he met her, I guarantee you he told her from the moment he met her, hey, bitch, hey, whore, your ass is broke as fuck. You need money. I got money. I like to dip into the black lady pond because I have a plantation syndrome. Because I want to feel my plantation and slavery tease. You know what I'm saying? So my white ass likes to dip into the black lady pond, as well as my white ass like to get bust down by anything with a twig and berries. Black, white, blue, or purple. Now, if you can't get with that, you can't get with me. Mind you, I got all these millions of dollars over here that you know your broke ass need.
I'm already
there. Okay, I'll sign up for it.
Well, listen.
I'm already too jealous.
Somebody came into my comments last week and said, Ashley don't need his money. She got a yoga line that's worth $5 million on her own.
Bitch ain't get that yoga line.
Somebody told me.
Got with him. She had that fucking yoga line before the fuck he got. She got with his ass. I bet you that shit.
Little baby said Ashley is bisexual, so birds of a feather.
She do give me that she likes the cooter. She do give me that she be getting scissoring more than she be getting bust down.
You're gonna leave this whole scissoring thing alone.
Isn't it nasty though? Don't it sound disgusting?
Would you say
it do? Like I be trying to understand it, but I just don't.
Just because
scissoring ain't like grinding.
Just because
like if we grind our shit together, we know the outcome of that.
Just because
Jeff, I am with
doesn't mean she has the $5 million. It's not liquidable. Did he freeze that janky ass cable? I can't. Now I can get a word in edgewise. How you
if Michael take a prenup, I don't know how I froze, but if Michael had a prenup and take all his money away from her, that bitch ain't probably got $1 million. I'm just saying.
Worth $5 million and having $5 million is two different things.
Exactly. Right. Thank you, Ty. And I said that in my live. I said if Ashley was worth $5 million, why would she willingly get on TV and make a spectacle of herself? For what? I wouldn't put up with that shit if I don't need you.
She looked like a she's.
If she had it like that, she would not be sitting up there dealing with getting embarrassed like she is. Because you're getting embarrassed, thoroughly embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because you can say whatever the fuck you want to say about Candace. Candace is not over here worried about her man over here getting bust down. Robin might be worried about Juan getting bust down or busting some dude down. But Candace is not over here worried about that. You know, this how I threw that back in there, you know. We'll talk about that backstage. We'll talk about that story backstage. I got a story. Anyway. But Candace is not worried. Neither is Giselle. Well, I don't know. Giselle might need to be worried because New Birth is in the greater city of Atlanta. And if you're the pastor of New Birth, I suspect you to be bisexual by every stretch of the imagination. If you are the pastor of New Birth, I expect you to be busting down all the women and men's in Atlanta. I'm just saying. I'm
not too familiar, even though I know churches where the gays be and were and are and all that. I was never really confronted with the gays in the church. I don't know about.
I don't believe that, Ty.
I wasn't. You don't believe half the shit I say.
I don't, because I know you.
I wasn't. I always heard the rumor that the choir director was always gay and all that.
Ty. You participated in Kojic and were in the choir, and you gonna tell me you didn't know gays in the church? I don't believe that shit, Ty.
Look, when I was younger like that,
oh dear God.
Me neither.
When I was younger like that, I really was.
I definitely don't believe you, parents.
I was trying not to appear gay, so I wasn't hanging with gays. Anything I saw that was a little bit feminine or gay, I was like, ew. Like I'm sure I probably was like, look at that one and stuff like that. But no, I wasn't in that scene like that.
But even if you wanted that scene, you knew that motherfucker was gay.
Are y'all familiar with the YouTuber Delano Edwards? Big time YouTuber Delano Edwards.
I would see them and know, okay, that one, he dressed real fancy. He could be one of those people they be talking about.
Just like we knew Patrick Riddick was gay. Just like we knew Dexter Walker is gay. Just like we knew Rickadilla is gay. Like you knew.
Donald Lawrence, Ricky Dillard, we know the
Jonathan McReynolds.
Richard Smallwood is old school.
I was watching
baby Richard
Bobby
Smallwood
Jones.
Old school, baby.
I was watching the episode. I was just got to watch the last season of Sunday's Best, and during the audition process, there was this tall dude up there, and Jonathan was like, he was like, yeah, like we need you in the industry because you could take some of these ladies off of my hands and all of that and all this stuff. And I was just like, is he trying to just put that out there like he's a lady magnet and so many women? It's like
nobody believes you. Nobody believes you.
Everything about his mannerisms just gives me gay vibes. His I hate to put things on people, but he looked real sunken in the face, which can be, due to stress when you are in that.
Listen, do not listen. Don't go down this road, Ty. I'm not finna let you go down this road because Ty has this whole rabbit hole he goes down about people with sucking in eyes and all of this thing that he thinks that if you look a certain way, that means that you carrying the hot sauce.
I mean, the sun
you have a house thing. He see there's this whole thing about him saying people have a house in Virginia, okay? Where they look a certain way. He says he could look at somebody and say, "Oh, they have a house in Virginia."
Majority of the time, I can. There's
How did we get here? You can't just look at somebody and say they have a house in Virginia. Because I know a lot of people with houses in Virginia, and
a lot of them
they don't look like somebody who has a house in Virginia.
A lot of them you can. A lot of them you can. There's a mask. It's no shade.
Oh, no shade taken. Because I'm from Virginia. No shade taken.
No, I ain't shading nothing about Virginia.
But you know what he said when he said somebody got a house in Virginia. Okay.
No shade taken for me. No shade taken.
We used to say either you got a house in Virginia or we would say as I die slowly. And I don't know who came up with that phrase, but the first time I heard it, I started screaming. I said, "Bitch, did you say as I die slowly?" I said, "You know what? I'm not doing this with you."
Oh, we just heard the monster.
But I just say the hot sauce.
The hot sauce. I never heard that one before.
That bitch got a bottle of hot sauce in her purse.
Yeah.
That whore got a bottle of hot sauce in her purse.
Hot sauce in her bag, swag. Oh my goodness.
Believe you say you never heard house in Virginia? Child, that's old school house in Virginia, honey.
That's old.
Yeah, house in Virginia is old. As I Die Slowly is old too.
I had never heard that one.
That's back in my Tallahassee days. That's going back to early 2000s.
It was always the package.
The package. Now, you know the package is one that's, yeah.
Or the monkey on your back.
No,
I heard that plenty of times.
Alcohol. Man, shit.
Down here in Virginia, when you say that bitch got the monkey on her back, you know what she mean by that shit.
Oh, bitch.
I'm just saying.
That
bitch got the monkey on her back. That shit ain't never getting.
That would indicate like some sort of mental issues, period. Like that seemed mental for me. But how did we get here? Who would Deborah Cox go up against?
Deborah Cox?
Because you know the gays.
I'd like to see her against Shantae Moore.
Yeah, I put her against Shantae Moore. I would put her up against Shantae Moore.
Also at high five.
Or Tamia. Tamia would be a good one against Deborah Cox. Because both of them sing down. Both of them chicks sing down.
I would say here for Stranger in My House. I'm not gonna lie.
I like Stranger in My House.
They wore me out with that song when I was in middle school. Stranger in My
My favorite Tamia song is I Know This Time Is Love. Oh God. I Know This Time Is Love by Deborah Cox. Oh, not Deborah Cox, Tamia. Ooh,
and not only did I had to see the video and hear it on the song on the radio, the bands played it for their flag lines.
You know, I hated when Ashanti redid Tamia's song.
Was Fabulous?
Yeah.
I liked it better with Ashanti than I did with Tamia.
I like Tamia's version of I'm So Into You way better than Ashanti remake that one. My heart is my jam. So Jeff. Yes. Ooh.
You put a roof on my heart.
Coming up in the house with 6 sisters who all felt like they was
listen, Chef, I don't believe that. That's disrespectful to Janet. Janet has a catalog.
What you mean Deborah don't have 20 years
of
music?
That's a lie.
She does.
That's a big lie.
Got a catalog, baby. Janet had a catalog since the early 80s. Like,
I have 5 Janet albums that I will fight you for and can't do without. I can list 5 albums. Control, Rhythm Nation, Janet, Velvet Rope, All For You. Those 5 albums right there. I'm not giving up those 5 albums. I'm sorry.
Y'all talking Janet, y'all gonna have to bring Telly on here. But Missy and Janet
I will fight you
in the same category. Missy and Janet not even the same category.
They're not in the same category.
Yeah, no. Only because Missy is much more of a writer.
And rap.
And she raps. It's a whole different category. Even though Missy can't
who
sing.
Would y'all put Missy up against in the verses?
Queen Latifah? No.
Yeah.
Queen don't have that much stuff.
Queen
she ain't don't have that many hits though.
Yeah, she went Hollywood after a while, and then
I wouldn't put Janet against Mariah because that wouldn't be fair because Mariah will sing Janet under the table. I would put Janet versus maybe a Madonna.
It's not about.
I could put Janet versus Madonna. I could see that because neither one of them really be singing like that, but they got a whole lot of hits and a huge catalog.
I don't think Little Kim can't mess with Missy. I don't think Little Kim.
Hell no, Little Kim can't mess with Missy at all. No.
And because I'm gonna tell you why. Because although Lil' Kim got her own song, Lil' Kim ain't writing under that. And when Missy started breaking out all of the songs that she wrote for a whole lot of people,
and that's the thing. Fair fight. That's the thing. People judge these verses on so many different levels. Some judge the vocal. Oh, you mean the vocals? I don't know what the vocals is. Some judge the
vocals versus Pharrell. I could see that.
Missy.
I could see that.
Yeah, has there been a?
But no, I would like to see Pharrell versus Timbaland. Now I could see a Pharrell versus Timbaland.
I could see that. That I will see.
Now the old school hip hop battle that I would really like to see is a Tribe Called Quest versus Wu-Tang Clan. Now if they did that for me, I might nut in my clothes a little bit. I just might, because I could see myself in a whole gangbang situation with the entirety of the Wu-Tang Clan. And a Tribe
Called Quest. What about Jay-Z versus Nas? I heard that a lot. What y'all think about that?
You know, that is the epic battle that we're all waiting for.
I mean, people swear Jay-Z is so untouchable. And I'm like, no.
Either. But Nas, to me, Nas is so good. Jay-Z have more commercial appeal. Jay-Z got more commercial appeal. But when you just talking true art form rap, it's Nas.
Lyrical ability.
Because listen, when Ether came out, I've never heard a diss track greater than
It's about the catalog. It's
Ether
not about
became a verb. When you got a song that turned from being a song into a verb, when somebody would say, "Oh, he got ethered," you know what I'm saying? That tells you the greatness of what you did.
But you know what? I'm not gonna hold Jay-Z. I'm not, because like Reasonable Doubt and all.
No. Don't get it twisted. Jay-Z is in my top 5. Jay-Z is in my top 5 with Nas. My top 5 rappers of all time. Jay-Z is there with Nas.
Tupac is my top.
Oh, my top is Rakim. That's easy for me.
Yeah, I'm with you with the Rakim. I'm with you with the Rakim.
Rakim, number 1, and then the rest in no particular order.
Cabrina said
Biggie
versus
Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. Now, I'm not going to lie. I fluctuate depending on when you talk to me between KRS-One and Tupac for that 5th spot. Depends on when you talk to me. One day I might say
have the catalog.
KRS-One. One day I might say Tupac.
but that's because I'm not looking for how many albums you sold commercial. I'm looking for, are you a lyricist? When I listen to you, do you let me go, ooh, is that your writing and stuff like that?
Listen,
what does Blue Control have that we know?
Yeah, Blue Control don't.
Blue Control's first album, I loved it.
I loved it, but she can go against Faith. She don't have the catalog of Faith. Blue Cantrell cannot.
She doesn't. Not a Faith Evans, but her first album, I loved it.
Wait,
I did.
Waffle House versus IHOP.
Waffle House.
Waffle House. I feel like if I go to Waffle House, I'm gonna have a side of ball gravy along with my hash browns, and
you will love it
because they're dirty. They're dirty at Waffle House. They're dirty.
But the food good. I prefer Waffle House over IHOP. I do. All the IHOPs I went in have flies all in their shit.
Now, so Jeff, I love Jennifer Hudson with every fiber of my being. But Fantasia has a much bigger catalog than Jennifer.
Damn sure do.
She has a much bigger catalog.
Fantasia can play her self-titled album, and I'll be all here for it.
But if you ask me who I liked better, Jennifer or Fantasia, I'm gonna go Jennifer. But if we were doing versus, that's just me. That's my personal opinion. I'm gonna go Jennifer because I like a bitch to holler. I like a holler bitch. People say I don't like a bitch to holler. I was like, no, bitch, holler all you want to. I'm here for all the holler.
That's because you Kojic. And most Kojic, sopranos, and altos squall. They holler. But I would prefer.
But if you do a versus, I don't think that'll be fair. Fanny would win the verse. Fanny would win the versus hand. I would like to see Fanny versus K Michelle.
Oh,
now
I'm with it.
I think those two catalogs might could be like, okay, let's see what we got going on here. If you did Fanny versus K Michelle,
I don't think Kay would win though.
I don't know.
She probably wouldn't win, but I would still be here for it.
Was she
out here for it because both of them can sing. And I know because K Michelle, you know who? Wait a minute, y'all know how messy K Michelle is, right? K Michelle is hell.
I just saw.
Wait a minute, hold on. This goes back
to Chef and Shade.
K Michelle.
Wait a minute. Trail's first album. I would give it to her for her first album.
I love Blue Cantrell.
The second one is.
Listen, I love Blue, but she doesn't have the repertoire to go against Faith. That wouldn't be a fair fight.
She don't.
I saw of K Michelle today where she was talking about she was supposed to have the role of Mercedes on P Valley.
I saw that, and everybody was eating her ass up.
Something else where they were saying Big Frida said she auditioned for the role of Uncle Clifford.
Oh, I could see that.
I prefer Uncle Clifford being who it is now.
K Michelle was talking about how she was depressed and she was crying because it was just between those two, but the other girl got it. And so when she watched the couple of episodes that she watched, she just gets, she cried and she gets depressed and all that shit.
That bitch can pull a Justin Timberlake and Cry Me a River. I prefer all of the actors that is on P Valley right now. I don't want to see K Michelle playing no stripper. I don't.
No,
I'm all right with that.
Well, I'm trying to think. Have I ever seen K Michelle act at all? I'm trying to think when the first and last time I've seen her act.
I haven't. The only time I see her on TV is Love and Hip Hop, so I'm good.
But no, she does have this song. I did see a song.
Boy said, "Wait a minute. I don't." Now, as much as I love Tamala, Yolanda has a much bigger.
Oh yeah, Yolanda Adams
than Tamala, because Tamala would have to tap into Kirk Franklin and the family.
Well, Love and Peace said K Michelle versus Keisha Cole.
In order to compete with Yolanda, Tamala would have to tap into Kirk Franklin and the family, and would Kirk let her do that? Because that's not her music. It's Kirk's music.
Love and Peace said K Michelle versus Keisha Cole.
K Michelle versus Keisha Cole.
I would have to go with Keisha.
I think K Michelle might win that.
I don't think so.
What about Tamar versus K Michelle?
Tamar only got that one album.
Yeah, and that's really the only album that I will put up. But K Michelle got the first one was good, the second one was good. More Issues Than Vogue was pretty good. So I would have to go with K Michelle with them. But that would be a really good battle. It would.
I don't see Keisha Cole against Fantasia. So Jeff, I don't see that.
Nah, I don't see that. Well, I'm trying to think.
Like, to me, for it to be a good versus, you got to have two people that got a catalog. And to me, you don't start to have a catalog until after your third album. If you got at least 4 albums, notice I said until after your third album. If you ain't got at least 4 albums, what are we talking about? You don't have a catalog.
If that's the case, that will ring true for both Keisha Cole's and Faith Evans. Because after Faithfully, I didn't really care for Faith Evans. And after Just Like You, I didn't really care for Keisha Cole's. I didn't like her third album. A Different Me, I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Maxwell, I love, listen, please, who could Maxwell go against? That's a good question.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Love Maxwell.
Kim.
Me too. I don't know.
He could go against Kim. I could see Maxwell versus Kim.
I like him, but he's not that popular.
I like him, but Maxwell would bludgeon him because Maxwell got way more hits.
He would. I like him though. I do.
I like him.
Maxwell,
disrespectful.
Maxwell and Lenny Kravitz.
So disrespectful.
Can K Michelle dance? Brandy is a trained. No, K Michelle can't dance. K Michelle had too much Fix-A-Flat, super glue, Gorilla Glue, and everything else in that man-made ass. So she probably would have twerked just as good as Nicki Minaj. So no, I don't feel like that's her lane. That's why I said K Michelle would not have been good for P-Valley. I just don't.
King versus the Pussycat Dolls. The Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, I would go with Danny Kane. I ain't like a lot of Pussycat shit.
I ain't like Pussycat Dolls either. I ain't like nothing.
Yeah, I only went up for Buttons. Wait a minute. Their first album.
Oh, Alicia Keys and India Arie. Oh, y'all ideas out here.
I hate Alicia Keys except for the album.
I would say India Arie.
With
my girl.
You Don't Know My Name. I didn't like our songs in the key of A minor because I hate the key of A minor. So I like that the entirety
I
of
love
that.
What? I did like the first album.
I hate the key of A minor. So the entirety of that album was the brown noise for me. I had violent diarrhea listening to that entire album. But that album with Do You Know My Name? I was like, yes. Quiet as it's kept, her background singers were singing better than her.
They were.
They
were.
I ain't gonna even go down that road for you.
But I would give it to India. I would have to give it to India. I'm sorry. I love India Arie. I do. I love her. I love India. I do. That's a soul singer. I love India Arie.
If you want to do Holland Heifers, I love to see Let Us See versus Jennifer.
Let Us See who?
Jennifer.
I'm with it.
What about Jasmine Sullivan? Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine Sullivan gives me that airy, raspy voice, kind of like Kim Burrell.
Yeah.
That I really don't care
Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine Sullivan. People love I just have never really cared for Jasmine Sullivan like that. Because I just don't like that kind of airy, raspy, voice, ethereal, whatever you want to call it, voice. I just really don't.
I liked her first album, and I liked reality show album. That was it.
I always wanted. Damn, did I just I'm thinking of food. I always wanted to like Kim Burrell, but of course,
don't bring it Whitney's funeral for that. We knew Alicia couldn't sing like that for a long time. We knew that whole was always a little flat
from way long time ago. But that was it wasn't with this funeral that made us know that. Honey. We've been through that.
Let me tell you something. I've been singing in church since I was 5 years old. I'm 32.
You can do Maya versus Aaliyah because neither one of them can sing like
one Kim Burrell song. I can't.
Want that information out there.
No, you can do Maya versus Aaliyah because neither one of them can sing, but they could dance.
You heard me?
You're not gonna do that with Aaliyah. We don't went through this already. You're not gonna do Aaliyah. You're not gonna do Aaliyah. You're not gonna do Aaliyah.
Yeah.
That bitch can't
You're not gonna do
the way out of a wet paper bag. Oh wait,
you're not gonna do Aaliyah.
You don't know no better. You don't know no better. You too young. Aaliyah is the same age as I am. She's dead.
Now I'm not saying that she'll beat out Alicia Keys. I'm not saying that. I'm not. But she wasn't alive long enough for that shit.
Aaliyah
so you don't know what she's gonna do.
Aaliyah cannot sing. That woman could not sing at all.
She was a manufactured situation.
You're not gonna do Aaliyah either, Ty. What I just say?
Her vocals did her. We ain't doing her. Her vocals did her. That woman could not sing. We were listen. Me and Ty were alive and active during that time. Aaliyah was born exactly 15 days after me. Okay.
Child, you and Ty was alive when Martin Luther King was still here, okay? Y'all was at the Million Man March, all right? So y'all is not gonna do Baby Girl like that. You're not gonna do
Martin wasn't at the Million Man March. Martin wasn't at the Million Man March.
I don't give a damn where he was. Y'all not gonna do her. We're not gonna do the dance.
We didn't do her, but her vocal cords did her, because that woman can't sing.
I was saying
quiet
as kept. Telly used to work for Tamar, but he don't like that information out there. Telly,
he telling your business.
Why you gonna tell Telly business like that? I love
Listen, Madonna has a better voice. Madonna has a better voice than Aaliyah. Britney Spears has a better voice than Aaliyah.
Girl, Britney Spears don't even sing her own shit. Y'all ain't hear her on her tours.
She got a better voice than Aaliyah.
Child, please. Y'all reaching. Y'all is reaching.
People always give Aaliyah
Britney
so
Spears,
much
y'all
tragically died young. But Aaliyah was not shit like that.
It's only the young people that didn't know her when she was alive. They only know her after she was
her, Monica, and Brandy were the Trinity, and y'all not gonna do her. Y'all not gonna do her.
Aaliyah was not even in the same breath as Brandy and Monica.
You're not gonna do her. Monica went on the reel and said that it was her, Brandy, and Monica that was in the lane.
Aaliyah was not in the same breath as Brandy.
Y'all not gonna do her.
Aaliyah
you're not gonna do her.
For the sake that they all were like under 18 type of artists. Yes,
but she wasn't in the same breath as Brandy and Monica. That you know what that's like saying? No, hold on.
Popular female artists all under 18.
No, Terrence. You saying Aaliyah could sing like that is like you putting Janet in the same singing.
No, I'm not saying she could sing like that.
Now,
what I'm saying is y'all not gonna deny that Brandy had hits. Y'all was saying, singing, "Are You That Somebody?" Y'all was singing Rock the Boat. Y'all was singing More Than a Woman. Y'all was singing back and forth. Y'all was singing it. Don't do that.
We were dancing, but we weren't singing.
No, y'all was singing it. Don't do that. Y'all was singing it.
Terry, unfortunately, hold on, Terry. You come from a time when girls were ying around the house, okay? Most of the artists through your era could not sing, even on fast songs. They just yang around the house. Me and Ty come from an era where bitches had to sing for real. You gotta know real singing. That's just like
me, so stop trying to group me into your era. But
wait a minute. That's just like saying Janet.
I'm not that old. Since you mute
like Janet is just as good of a singer as Whitney and Mariah. But she was around during that time.
I'm not saying that she's just as good. What I'm saying is, don't sit here and act like y'all ain't popped her shit. Because y'all know y'all did. Y'all did.
the bop. I danced to Britney. I danced to Britney. I danced to a whole lot of shit for people who can't sing. Right. I ain't comparing to no singer. I mean, let's just be clear. If we talk about singers, listen, Aaliyah is not even in the top 100 singers. Okay, she's in the top 200 singers. Okay, Aaliyah, child, that woman wasn't singing. She was ying.
That's exactly why when y'all go to bed tonight, Aaliyah's gonna be staring all down in the corner of y'all room.
Let's be clear. She got in because she was cute and was getting bust down by R. Kelly and kept that little hairpiece over her little crooked eye before she got it fixed. Okay?
Don't say that.
She did. She had a messed up eye and then she got it fixed.
We all know Aaliyah was the queen of the 1 in a million swoop. We all know why. We all know why she. We all know why she had that.
No child would get his fixed.
We know why she had the 1 in a million swoop. We know that. Well, listen, I love Aaliyah. Y'all can say what y'all want. 1 in a million and her first album and her last was my shit.
I love Queen Janet down, and I will fight you about Queen Janet. But if we're talking about vocals and singing, Queen Janet is not a vocalist like that.
No, she not. She not. I'm not putting Janet up against no real singers because that whole thing. But she can dance and she can perform. I would love to go to a Janet. I've never been to a Janet concert, and I would love to go.
That's unfortunate.
I would love to go. I've never been able to go. I would love to go see Janet concert.
I've seen every Janet concert since the Velvet Rope. If you need me.
Listen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, speaking of that. Speaking of that. Speaking of that.
Psychologist, yeah.
As far as concerts and performance go, who would y'all go see? Beyonce. Who will win? Beyonce or Janet?
Janet. Okay, hold up before I even answer that, because I had to come in on this conversation because y'all was talking that bullshit about Aaliyah, and I'm not gonna stand for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Get them together.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna do that to baby girl.
Thank you. Get them together. Thank you.
Right, because she died tragically.
So that makes her
go up.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't got nothing to do with her being dead. It's just the fact that she was definitely a competitor.
Part of the training
in the game. She was a competitor. Like, whether she had the vocal ability to some folks or not, she was still fucking killing it.
Sure was. Thank you.
And she was making hits. Aaliyah came out with her.
Thank you.
Oh, no. I'm not going to take away. Listen, I'm not taking away her hits. I'm not saying she didn't have hits.
So what is that?
That's never what I'm saying.
Vocal ability?
Well, we're talking about vocals. She wasn't that. No, she's not.
Well, okay. So fine. We're not going to give her the best vocalist of the year award, but you will not desecrate her name by belittling her career and her achievements. Her catalog is enormous, and you're gonna respect her.
Thank you.
No, don't say her catalog is enormous. Now you're reaching.
Idiot.
I mean, listen, has she not passed away, she'd still be a viable.
Thank you.
Listen, if my aunt had a penis, she would be my uncle. We could talk about ifs if we want to all day long, okay?
Oh my
but
God.
that didn't happen.
Sorry,
okay.
What you not gonna do is disrespect baby girl's name. You're not gonna do that. She wasn't around long enough for you to say that. She wasn't.
Her catalog is not enormous. Let that go.
Because they killed her off. And if you want to know, they killed her off so Beyonce could take her spot.
Oh no! Oh my goodness!
Wait, I'm not gonna go that far.
Where is he drinking?
Oh, right. Y'all better read. Y'all better read y'all shit.
That's some old QAnon shit right there. I don't got nothing to do with that.
You better read y'all shit.
But just to answer your question, bro, real quick, I think that it would be a very entertaining idea to watch the two of them perform together, or to perform separately, because they both
dope performance between Janet and Beyonce. But I would say for vitality, Beyonce got Janet.
I agree.
She got her because
but if
you go back into Janet's career,
wait a minute, if they did it right now, maybe, and I'm going to stress, maybe Beyonce will win only because she's 30 years younger.
But that's what I was just saying. I mean, she's younger
in their prime right now. If in their prime, if you put the Janet Jackson All For You or
had I been able to finish my exact fucking thought, then that probably wouldn't have been the point. But
but vocal abilities, Beyonce was saying Janet under the bridge.
Of course.
Janet is better. Janet does good at performing. I would go to a Janet concert all day and get my life.
You have to give Janet what credit is due. She has had some very amazing.
But watch this.
She has absolutely.
Beyonce don't have nearly the catalog of Janet. She don't have nearly the catalog.
It's damn near close to it, though, elteddy. It's damn elteddy. You can't say that. It's damn near close to it. It is.
But it's not about
heavy Beyonce fans. They would disagree with you.
I mean,
Beyonce does not have the catalog that Janet has. I'm gonna probably stop that right there. She doesn't. She don't got no wins. She don't have no wins in catalog. She don't got no wins in catalog. None.
She don't.
Beyonce
but
got
as
a lot
far
of fucking
as
songs.
concerts,
one thing you can't say, Beyonce has a lot of songs that have been on the radio. How many of those songs have been number ones?
A few. I'm not gonna lie. I love Beyonce.
Not a whole lot of number one.
A few.
Not very many.
That's a few. I'm not gonna give her that much. A few.
But I'm just saying, she definitely has some music. So we can't.
I'm not gonna say Beyonce don't have no music. Beyonce got music, but Beyonce catalog versus Janet catalog, that would be a bloodbath. It would be a bloodbath. It would be a bloodbath. It would be a bloodbath.
If you say so, Teddy. I think
that if you took both worlds from both fan bases, I think and have them versus each other, I think it would definitely be a split tie in regards to
split tie. It would.
What is what?
It would. It would. I love you, Teddy, but I gotta agree. It would. I'm sorry, but it would.
But in comparison to some of the catalog, because just like y'all said about how Patty and Gladys, like at some point Gladys had no wins, so it would be that.
That's my point. It would be at the point where Beyonce will be trying to play stuff that nobody heard before, and we would still not even have tapped into even half of Janet, hit. Listen,
I don't think so.
Wait a minute. If we just we could say we only gonna do Janet Jackson's albums from the 80s, and it would still murder Beyonce's whole catalog. That means you didn't even put in anything after 1989. Okay, from the 90s to 2000, and it was still
okay. I'm just speaking for me.
So Def bugging because he's talking about Janet ain't got no wins against Beyonce as a performer. Listen,
no, Janet definitely.
Janet is legendary.
First of all,
I don't give a fuck on what stage she ever performs on. Like,
right,
she's gonna burn that shit down.
Right.
So whether she
and Beyonce recycles her dance moves. Let's just be real.
And they are different type of dancers. Like
Beyonce recycles her dances. She does. But
Janet is a choreographed dancer with intricate dance moves, and Beyonce
is a girl and absolutely. I agree with all of that.
Beyonce but even Beyonce and all of the ladies of today will tell you, Janet is the blueprint.
Janet
she definitely is the blueprint for concert.
She is.
She's the blueprint.
But put some respect on Beyonce's name. She worked just as hard as Janet. She worked just as hard as Janet did. And nobody is saying that when it comes to Beyonce or Janet, Beyonce will win. I'm not saying that. I don't believe that.
That's in the comments. You know, it's all good.
I don't believe that. I don't.
That I would love to see. We was talking about Missy earlier. I would love to see Missy and Busta Rhymes because for me, they both are performers outside of just being rappers. So so they kind of equally yoked for me. I would love to see them.
Yeah, that's a good one to put against Missy. I forgot about him. I would put Missy up against Busta Rhymes.
Joshua
probably win, but Busta got some shit.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, I would definitely put Busta up against Missy. I would. I forgot about him. Damn, guy. I forgot all about him.
Let's put 112 up against Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yeah.
Bone Thugs, my nigga. Bone Thugs. I'm sorry. The only album from 112 that I rock with all the way is Room 112.
Oh. 112 has some hits. 112 has a lot of hits. Didn't 112 and Jagged Edge do something or no?
As far as the verses,
I would have loved for them to have done it. I would love to see 112 against Jagged Edge. I would.
Yeah. They both got an
Cabrina said 112 when against Jagged Edge.
Yeah, I think that would be dope. That would be dope.
Busta he's amazing for me. I love him.
Yeah, Busta's
or would y'all put Busta Rhymes up against Twister? Because they rap alike. They do that fast shit.
But Twister, Twister got a nice catalog.
I like to see Busta against DMX. I think Busta versus DMX will be a real good battle for me.
Who did DMX do his one against? DMX did one. Who was it against?
Dogg. Was it Snoop Dogg?
I think so.
I don't think it was Snoop.
I think it was Snoop.
It was Snoop.
Was it?
Who won that? In y'all opinion, who won that?
Yesterday was the first time I watched a whole complete verses.
But why have we made verses into a competition versus just what it really is?
Because of the word verses.
But I'm glad you said that, Jane. Is that Jane?
Oh, 3-6 Mafia. Yeah.
I am telling. I'm glad you said that. Because when I looked at Brandy versus Monica, I didn't look at that as a versus. I felt like that needed to happen for the culture. I went up for the both of them.
Yeah.
I did. I went up for the both of them. I said both of them won. Both of them queens, they got it. I'll accept it.
Telly, that came on the day I was in Brooklyn at the bar with you.
Right, yeah.
So I didn't even get to see the whole thing. I only saw bits as I was walking to the train station. But yesterday was the first verses I actually ever saw.
They played the verses at the bar, girl.
No, somebody did a Zoom meeting of Brandy cousin as I was walking.
I was about to say, that shit was big. They played it down to the bar.
No, as I was walking to the train, my Laughing Hyena family was doing a Zoom party, and I was peeking in, but I was walking in traffic in Brooklyn, so I couldn't be too much into it. But yesterday was the first time I watched a whole complete versus.
Oh, okay, that's dope. My first one was Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. That was the one I watched in its entirety, first time.
The first one that I watched in the entirety was Hezekiah Walker and James P. Key.
That's the one I wanted to see.
Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, and then I watched the John P. Key versus Hezekiah Walker. That was everything.
It was.
That's the one
for that.
I wanted to see that one, Hezekiah.
Oh, they said it, Jagged Edge.
That one. I don't have a winner for the John P. Key and John P. Key. I don't. They both neck and neck. I was for it. All of it.
But again, why do we always have to choose a winner out of the two? Because for me, mostly it's really about the entertainment.
But the fact that
the celebration of the music that we haven't heard in a while, that the radio doesn't play anymore, and the only way we usually get it is through our own playlists, and sometimes we even miss those songs. And so I think it's just a celebration of music, a celebration of culture.
Me too.
And I enjoy it so much. So, and I wish people would stop pitting artists against each other, even though I think Brandy will fucking slay Monica's vocal all over the place.
No, we're not here for that. No,
listen, I love Monica, but I think that Brandy got her tied up like a hog, baby. With the
Brandy's good for ying around the house, but Monica was
okay.
Brandy is good for that.
Brandy give you enough for yang around the house.
Baby, you hear in the bathroom. Listen, you will hear Brandy in the bathroom, in the shower.
Exactly. Listen, when I'm cleaning my house, I play Never Say Never. When I'm cleaning my house, I'm always
Never Say Never is that album. I love Never Say Never. Now I ain't gonna lie.
But I'm not gonna sit here and say that Brandy gonna sing Monica Under the Benches. Hell no. Monica had them pipes since 12 years old. Yeah. Monica's whole first album was made when she was 12. They had to wait till she was 15 because she was too young to be singing about shit like that.
That's why she was Miss Thing.
Exactly. So I'm not gonna get at the Brandy, and I love Brandy. Don't get me wrong. I love Brandy.
Right, I love Brandy. One of my favorite Brandy's. Listen, Brandy got one of my favorite songs in the world. But if you talk about Brandy versus Monica, Monica would sing that whore under the table. Let's not do this.
That's why Monica ain't want to sing against her. Monica said, "Girl, listen, we had this olive branch. I don't want to sing you under the benches. I'm gonna go on here and let you sing."
Wait a minute. No, I got you, Terrence. This is how you know. This is how you know when you're a great singer. When you can sing a run, and that one run becomes iconic. Everybody knows you because you can see. Because that before you walk out of my life, run.
I thought you was talking. I thought you was referring to.
We won't talk about no Brandy because Brandy ain't got not nail run.
Oh, I thought you was referring to Brandy's many runs that she's done.
No, God, we don't remember any of that. Or like that one, or like Coco when Coco sang that one at the end of Weak in the Knees. You know that run that Coco sings that I get so weak in the knees that you do. Everybody can't do that.
I knew Brandy. I knew Monica was nothing to be fucked with when they did their performance of "The Boy Is Mine," when she punched Brandy in the eye, and she did that damn run. I said, "Come on, Monica." Come on, Monica.
I guess we'll always agree to disagree.
Let me help y'all understand something. You fuck with Brandy, you might be killed or stabbed. Brandy is the instrument and vessel by which a lot of people lost a lot. You had somebody died at the hand of Brandy when she murdered.
Oh my goodness! What is this?
Brandy took out Romeo's eye in Immature. Wait a minute. Don't forget, Brandy took out Romeo's eye in Immature as well.
She did.
Oh my God.
Brandy came at Monica with that fuck shit, and Monica was a hood girl, and Monica said, "Girl, I'm not here for it." And Monica gave her 2 to the head, 3 to the body. They said, "Bitch, if you want it," Monica drugged them. Monica drugged them.
And then they went on, and then when they performed, "But the Boy Is Mine," Brandy was bothered. Monica went up there just as poised as ever, and did her song and did her run. I said, "Come through, mine."
Brandy always try to give you this good girl, holier than thou feel. She's trying to give you this good girl.
Right. Monica ain't had no time for that.
She's been killing people and taking out alcohol.
Up to 2, even though I don't know any of them, I feel like I know Monica more. I know
Monica said, "I am around the way filet." I ain't got no time for that shit.
I don't know what you want us to believe.
Look.
You can probably question her motives, but yeah, Monica is a very around the way kind of girl. But also, too, just to clear up one other misconception about Tamar not having a big enough catalog. Tamar does have more music than what y'all know currently.
We ain't here for Tamar. Let that go. Tamar, nobody's here for Tamar. Nobody's here for Tamar. Nobody cares about
You know what else, Teddy? I will say this. I did love her first album. I did. I'm not going to sit here and say
thank you.
Tamar doesn't have a voice.
It was very well.
Personally, I think Tamar sings a little bit better than Tony. I do.
Tamar is probably the best of all of the Breakfast Sisters.
Tamar sings a little bit better than Tony. I will say that.
A little bit better. A little bit
well,
better.
Just being, because, I don't want the Tony fans to come for me. Because you know, elteddy fans, they like to be had. No, they'll swarm in. And go in and let have on you. So I'm just gonna say a little bit.
There's only 6 watching.
But I love Tony too. I like the versatility of Tony. Tamar is a strong soprano. Strong.
Full voice.
Tony is a strong alto that can go all the way contralto and can hit a good soprano, mezzo soprano note as well. Whereas Tamar, because when Tony goes down to the low notes where I feel like she done grew a couple nuts and she be way down there. You know, Tony can get down that
down there with T-Boz.
Like on the flow. Yeah, you know, Tony gets down there. But Tamar is a strong soprano.
Tamar's versatile.
Well, somebody said Fred Hammond versus Marvin. I'm with it.
I don't think Marvin has catalog to go up against.
He don't, but I am with it. I'll accept it. Who would y'all put Fred Hammond up against? Kirk Franklin?
I don't know who you put Kirk against, because Kirk got a whole catalog. Kirk go all the way back to the 80s. Remember, Kirk used to be working with Georgia Mass Choir. So remember he came out with Joy?
Yeah.
Joy? God.
Great Joy. Yeah.
That's Kirk Franklin. He wrote that. That goes all the way back to the 80s.
Down in my soul.
That's sad shit. Go ahead, Ty.
Okay.
Ty had to roll with the overlay, Sonny. You couldn't tell him shit.
You ain't been in no choir with the overlay. If you ain't been in no choir with the overlays, you ain't been in no choir. You got to go back.
Right.
You know, with the big, with the big puff cuffed sleeves and the overlays clap like this. When you clap like this, you saw the fabric going up with the you clap like that. You don't know about that.
Who did Kirk Franklin battle?
They said Kirk Franklin did it already with Fred Hammond.
You'll put it with Fred Hammond?
I think that's maybe.
But no, because remember, Fred Hammond can go back to remember before Fred Hammond was solo. Fred Hammond was with was it Commission or Take Six?
Commission.
It was Commission, I think.
Commission.
Yeah, it had to be Commission.
It was Commission.
Because Brian McKnight was Take Six.
Yeah.
You know what? I could see Kirk Franklin against Fred Hammond. I could.
I think they said they did it already. I don't
think so.
Oh,
because I'd have been there for that. Listen, let me tell you something. elteddy gave me much because I said I will put Kirk Franklin's God Property against What You Looking For.
And I said What You Looking For will win that every day of the week. Price of Sunday.
But listen, this is the reason why I said that. I was in elementary school.
Wait a minute, Jay Wilson.
I didn't know nothing about Kirk Franklin. For real.
Andrew Gillum is by Jay Wilson. I went to school with Andrew Gillum. We're not shocked. We knew what he was doing back in Tallahassee days.
Oh no, they said Kirk and Fred did it already. They said look it up.
Well, listen. The reason why I said I put Kirk Franklin God's Property before What You're Looking For is because I was in elementary school. When I first found out about Kirk Franklin, it was when Stomp came out.
That's disrespectful.
So God's Property was the first Kirk Franklin album I ever got. And I loved it. And so once I figured that out, that's when I went back and got his other album. And I love What You Looking For, but not over what you call it. That's just me.
But them first, wait a minute. I will put the first Kirk Franklin and in the Family album before I put the God's Property album. God's Property.
I understand it because you knew who he was back then, but I didn't know who he was until Stomp came out. I didn't know who he was, and I had his first album.
A mess.
And the first album, I loved it. That's what made me prompt him to get the other ones beforehand and afterward.
I think Yolanda will win that hands down because Yolanda has a larger catalog than Donnie.
Don, you think
Hell,
so?
the Donnie McKirkland?
Yes. Yolanda goes way back. Yolanda goes back for a while. Yolanda have been in the game.
Listen, let us worship him. And the battle is not yours. Live from Washington is enough for me. I'm done. Fuck whatever Miss McKirkland got, because that's the silent sissy of the pew. I don't give a damn about her. Let's just be honest.
Oh, I'm finna go because
but I would like to see.
I'm sorry, but when he went on that interview talking about something, well, I don't have a wife because God didn't bring me the perfect wife. I know.
I would like to see Donald
I know why
Lawrence
he didn't bring you the perfect wife.
I would love to see Donald Lawrence versus Ricky Dillard. That's what they need to have. They need to have Donald Lawrence versus Ricky Dillard, or the Clark Sisters versus the Anointed Pace Sisters.
And I would love to see Patrick Riddick against Dexter Walker. I would love to see those two. Patrick Riddick and Divine Worship against Dexter Walker and Movement. I would love to see them.
And the Zion Movement. Oh, I know exactly who you talk about.
Who would Tone go up on?
Oh, that's a good.
Remember, they canceled Tone real early.
He did. What about J Moss? Because the only J Moss album that I love is his very first one.
I like J Moss.
I do too.
Tired.
What happened?
Tired.
A little tired.
You said I look tired?
Yeah, you look a little tired. You all right?
I'm hungry. I got a chicken patty in the oven.
I mean, you should just go ahead and eat.
What's it called?
Marathon.
What?
What?
Fat bitch.
What you say?
I said you might as well go ahead and eat something because it seems like it's a marathon.
Oh. Joshua, I was with you. I preferred the Pace Sisters more than the Clark Sisters as well, but that's because
me too.
I came out of Kojic, so I know what the Pace Sisters, all of them could sing. All of the Pace Sisters could sing. All of the Moors.
Well,
but
since a lot of the sissies still go up to Kimberell, even though she smited us to hell in 2017.
I don't like Kimberell. I don't like her voice.
Who would all the sissies put up against Kimberell?
Nobody, because I don't want to see her.
Listen, I've seen a lot of gay boys still go up for Kimberell and play her songs and go on Zoom with her and all the rest of that shit. So who are all the sissies, even though she smited us all to hell in 2017, who would y'all put her up against in the verses?
I wouldn't put her up against nobody. She can go somewhere down.
You said Karen Clark.
One of the Clark sisters.
Well, I wouldn't know because I don't know. I can't name y'all one Kimberell song. I wouldn't know.
I know,
and I've been singing in the choir since I was 5 years old. We never sung a Kimberell song.
I can't name you one
in the choir or praise thing.
Yes,
I can't name you one Kimberell song either. Now, I would like to see. Beverly Crawford.
Nice.
I could do a Beverly Crawford versus a Dottie Peoples. I could do that.
Dottie versus
Beverly Crawford versus a Dottie Peoples.
Okay, I can see that. You said Dottie Peoples and Shirley?
Yes.
Dottie don't have the catalog of Shirley.
Who does?
She don't. I don't think so.
Who can fuck with Shirley? They said she liked the SZA also.
She what?
She's a SZA sister.
Who, Shirley Caesar?
Yeah.
Look, she might be.
She give me.
I want to pass it. She might be.
She give me AG vibes.
No, you know, back in the day, no, but that's very real chronologue. She was, Shirley Caesar is a whole lesbian. Back in the day, Shirley Caesar was scissoring me timber. Back in the day, she didn't say that now. But Shirley Caesar was into the scissoring.
What is going on with the scissoring?
She was.
What is what?
She might be. I could see it. I could see it.
Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson is in the chat. Jay Wilson, can you click the link and come on and tell me? Because Jay Wilson know like I know. Shirley Caesar was scissoring back in the day.
Oh, I know Jay Wilson was in the chat.
Shirley Caesar. Listen, Jonathan in the church, Jonathan will tell you, Shirley Caesar was over there scissoring. She was flossing with pubic hairs and not from male pubic hairs.
Not flossing pubes. Oh. I'm disgusted.
Is this my good friend Jay Wilson?
Oh,
in the background. In the background.
You came in over there. Come on, Shirley. Yes.
What's going on, sir? What's going on?
What's going on, Jay Wilson?
Hey, how you all doing? According to Mickey Howard, mom, Josephine Howard, was a lesbian, meaning a lesbian. And that's what Mickey Howard said. And then I know somebody who plays drum. Huh? Yeah, I know somebody who plays drum for Shirley. And she was a little strong too. She looked like she threw the javelin in the shot put it on the track too. Yeah,
I'll wait.
So you know, none of those caravan folk, with the exception of Inez, you know, Andrews, and I don't think Inez was doing that, but you know, a lot of people talked about Albertina, God rest her soul, and you know, Dorothy Norwood is still alive, but yeah.
I did like Dorothy Norwood. I did. I really like Dorothy Norwood.
I would love to see
Beverly. I was a break
Crawford
dancer, so we danced to a lot of shit.
And Dorothy Norwood, a versus.
Let me tell you, Beverly Norwood was I mean not Beverly Norwood, but Beverly Crawford ain't nothing to play with.
Beverly Crawford down.
She from Alachua County. She from Gainesville. She about quartet. She'll scream you down. They ain't ready for her.
Okay, but, so who would y'all put? So who would y'all put Yolanda Adams against? It gotta be somebody.
It's Cece. I would put Yolanda Adams versus Cece. If you go catalog versus catalog, you gotta have somebody that's gonna have a catalog.
Yolanda Adams got a deeper catalog than Cece though. Yolanda got an extensive catalog from her days. But
see, if Cece could introduce all of her BB and CC stuff and go back to Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. Yeah, she might go all the way back to Jim and Tammy Faye Baker days.
But Yolanda will go to Thomas Whitfield and then the Southeast Inspirational
Choir. Yes.
Yolanda was trying to play with Southeast.
Yes.
So she has and Yolanda really can sing. She has a thing of her own. I only seen Cece sing hard on her brother.
Cece. I love Cece. Oh, Cece.
The best that I heard her sing was I'll Go. I love her. Wama Winans and Friends. And she sung I'll Go.
For me, when I see Cece sing hard, Cece don't sing hard on the albums. Cece is when I'm live and you see me in concert, I'm going to sing the house down. And all of Cece's performances that I've seen of her live have always trumped her album performances for me.
You know what? I would put Beverly Crawford with Diane Williams on Cosmopolitan. Jesus Can Work It Out. Diane Williams.
But that's just one song.
No, she did Please Make Me Better. She did Work It Out, Step Back, Let God Do It. Yeah. She did Stretch Out. I mean, Diane has done a lot of
Stretch Out was my jam. She did do Stretch Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's done a lot of stuff.
Stretch Out by itself can carry.
Pamela Mann would be good. But you know, it's sad that the good gospel people done died, like Lucretia Campbell. I mean, Lucretia would give you opera and hit a note. Lucretia was bad. Do you understand me? God rest her soul.
Listen, I'm trying to listen. I would like to see if we're gonna put Donnie against somebody. I want somebody that got range of him. I would like to see Donnie against Micah Stampley, because you know Micah Stampley would meet Donnie note for note. What you want?
You know, all the good people dead. All the good people dead. James Moore and
listen, Reverend James Moore, one of my top
3 gospel singers of all time.
Daryl
Coley is number one. It's number one. It's Daryl
Coley is definitely number one.
What happened? Keith Pringle's still alive. Keith Pringle's still alive.
What happened to Michael Stampley?
You don't like Michael Stampley?
Still alive. He's still alive.
He had one album. I think he was like on the album cover. He had on some boxer gloves.
He got a couple albums. Michael Stampley got a couple, but Michael Stampley went more into the worship route. So Michael Stampley now will give you a lot more worship songs and stuff like that because he does touring and stuff like that.
I miss Tone was still good, and I like Tone.
They canceled Tone way too early. Way too early.
He's
still put out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Tone was good. He was really like
Out the Box. His Out the Box album, I loved it.
Tone is quietly one of the best living male gospel singers right now.
Yeah, and if he wouldn't have said nothing, he still would have been saying, "Ain't that something?" Church folk knew that boy was already doing that. And then
right.
He told them, and half of the musicians probably done dated him. I can't stand.
That's messed up. That's crazy. You can't.
Yeah, but y'all gotta realize that that's just what it is. Listen, so long as you good enough to keep your choir good, the Kojic people will keep you around. So would the Baptists.
That's what I said. Andrew Gillum should have been quiet. I said Andrew Gillum. Shh. Because we knew, everybody knew, your wife knew. She looked a little strong too. She looked like she played volleyball in high school too. So I mean, I'm like,
yeah, Josh.
You know,
DL, he came out.
Marion Barry smoked crack on TV and still got elected. Okay?
I told y'all we got Cory Booker, who's in the United States Senate, and we knew how he gets down. I mean,
don't he have a girlfriend? Don't he have a girlfriend though?
Allegedly.
Okay, but Cory Booker put on some COVID weight too. I thought I had put on some COVID weight, and then I saw Cory. I'm like, oh Lord, because light skin don't do real good heavy. I'm just saying.
When I tell you,
be Slade now.
Be Slade, yeah, whatever you want to be called. But I tell you, he can sing.
He can.
Yeah.
I would like to see him and Jonathan McReynolds. They got that high-pitched, girly voice.
And that Moss boy, what's his name?
J Moss.
Yeah. There's a praise on the inside that I can't keep to myself. So
let me tell you something. J Moss's first album will always do it for me. What was it? Summer 150, I think it was called. This first album, I loved it. It will always do it for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what though, old school stuff like that Thomas Whitfield. Oh my God, Thomas Whitfield was praise and worship before people even knew about praise.
Or that old school Walt Whitman album.
Oh my God,
back in the day,
he used to have them children doing everything.
Don't let me start going back to the days of Orlando Draper and stuff like that, where Orlando Draper had the finger waves and stuff like that.
Lift the Savior up, His word. Okay, because you know what, Orlando Draper. I'm gonna say this, and this is when I went dealing with dudes, and Jesus, whatever. I did see Orlando Draper in Memphis, and I must admit, Orlando Draper did not look bad at all. God,
Orlando Draper was killed back in the day. He was back in the day. God bless the day, and he didn't go on now.
I'm telling you, my God. Anyhow.
When I first started getting into gospel music, I was young. And it was Mississippi Mass Choir. Just Having You There was my most favorite song.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Having You There is that jam. But you cannot deny that Florida Mass Choir.
You can't. The first mass choir ever.
I didn't know nothing about the Florida Mass Choir until I was in high school.
Well, I don't know why, because they did. Come on,
you probably knew
the songs, but you didn't know it was Florida Mass Choir. The songs, you didn't know it was Florida Mass Choir. That's what happened.
Well, listen, that's just like when I got in GMWA, I didn't know they did Order Your Steps. I didn't know that.
I mean, come on now, Florida Mass Choir. Yeah. Jesus is mine. Jesus is the light that shines in me. Be ye unmovable.
I'm telling you, the first song we ever sung for the Florida Mass Choir was "Let Every Breath," and I said, "Oh, that's who that is." I didn't know that. And then that's when I started getting into it.
Didn't James Cole do The Blood?
Yeah.
Who?
Which blood? Because I thank God for the blood that Florida Mass Choir did, but James Hall did. Oh, the blood, it reaches
Yeah,
high.
that was James Hall.
Yeah, it took
I
me a
love
while to
James
get
Hall.
with him, but I like him, and I like.
You know what
I love James Hall. God is in control album. It's my everything.
Yeah, I like him.
I heard the other day, and I can't remember who said it's gonna come to me because it just let me. What if God is not happy with our praise?
I can't think of who it is, but I know what you're talking about.
Lord, just be pleased with our praise.
I heard that the other day. I tell you, I got my whole life.
You know, I love Miss Sophia. Yesterday, at the show she does on Sunday, she did For the Good of Them.
Oh yes,
so good.
Milton Bronson
of them. I didn't realize how much I missed and loved that song.
Listen, Milton Brunson used to break out some singers. Milton Brunson kept a stable of singers.
He was the one who brought Francine Jones to the forefront, the blonde singer from Plant City. She sings, "You are everything to me." She did that whining song that they did. You remember the choir used to sing all the Milton Bronson songs? You could sing the whole song over and over and over, and there is no failure in God. And
there is no failure. That is Milton Bronson with "There Is No Failure." Sure.
Have you seen Miss Sophia do "There Is No Failure with God" with that big old church?
Sophia, listen. The first time I see Miss Sophia do "There Is No Failure," I fell out. I damn near fell out. Baby, when she fell on that floor, Miss Sophia fell on the ground, baby, and then was resurrected. I said,
I love Miss Sophia, baby. Yeah. Where did everybody go? elteddy?
Where did I don't know where Terrence, but his internet been going in and out.
Oh Lord, Jesus. Yeah, well, I had to come on in here because I did see that y'all was talking about that Andrew Gillum's thing, and I spoke on that. But the wife already knew, and if the wife knew, then he should have went on about his business. You know, the news cycle will recycle in 7 days, and then you're gonna come back up there and tell everybody your business. And then it was Rhythm Man. I ain't never heard no Rhythm Man. I'm like, you went through Rhythm Man.
Jay Wilson. I see you were not. I did a silly Saturday that spelled out how all of this came to be. Let me tell you how this came to be again. That guy, the escort, and Andrew Gillum had been getting together for a while. Okay. What happened was there was a third man. Okay. There was a third man. He was an older guy. He was Hispanic. You know how the Hispanics are down in Miami. Anyway, what happened was, by the time that the third guy had paid for the room, he had fronted the money. And when that third guy who thought he was going to be a part of this whole, bust down situation came to that room, and they had already bust each other down and was strung out high and laid out and was like, okay, we done. He was upset, and he said, I know the fuck you lying. And he called the police. And that is how all of this came out. Had they just given the old guy, just jack him off a little bit, give him a little hand job, suck him off a little bit, let him get his rocks off, we would not be in this predicament. But when that old man said, "Oh, bitch, I paid how many?" Because they was in a hotel on Miami Beach. A hotel on Miami Beach might cost you $2,000 a night.
Yeah, it's a nice coin.
Yes. And so
you lied and told your wife, your wife knew you was bisexual, but she didn't know you was going down to Miami. She thought you was at the wedding.
Exactly, to get bust down.
You was getting married.
I don't know how courageous that was, Joshua, or was it just the fact that he was caught with his pants down, literally?
Yeah, he was not courageous.
Yeah, that wasn't courageous.
But the thing is, they don't know if they had a busted down or not. He could have said, I did some drugs and this man happened to be a gay prostitute. But my thing is, he should have just kept his mouth shut and been like, come on now. You got Mark Sanford traveling all the way down to Venezuela to get some Kula all the way down there. My grandmama said that coochie must have teeth. I'm like, dang, grandma. So anyway, going all the way down to Venezuela and got caught and ran for his Senate seat and won it. See what I'm saying? Because he kept his mouth shut. It went
But
out.
the thing about it is, we were not looking for any answers, Andrew Gillum. We weren't looking for any answers. We already know the story. We've already pieced this together.
Is he Church of God? Is he Church of God? He don't look Church of God in Christ. He look Church of God.
Baptist. He might be Baptist. He gives me a Baptist.
Church of God by faith. He look like Church of God by faith.
He could be Baptist. I could see him being Baptist.
He don't look Baptist to me. He look like either
he might be Baptist because I'm Baptist.
Well, he look like an AME
He
Zion.
might be Baptist because I'm Baptist, and I give it to Teddy.
But what I'm saying is, nobody was asking for this, Andrew Gillum.
No one.
We didn't need you to come out. We didn't need any of this. You could have just kept your mouth closed and went on with life. We didn't need any of this. Nobody asked.
I really didn't care.
Well, maybe he got tired of being in the closet.
He was never in the
Maybe that's what it was. He got tired of being in the closet. And he said people already know.
But nobody went.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's my thing. That's my thing. And he was like, fuck it. I just let people know it is what it is.
His political career, unless he really try to get the LGBTQ folk, because you know how black folk are. They don't even like their own musicians to do that, much less they politicians. They'd rather him be
slid up in his DMs because he did look like he had a nice piece of schlong over there that I could have,
I don't know about that. His legs were too skinny, and I don't know how that vagina was looking. But anyway,
he might have. I don't know, because you was laying in a pool of vomit, and I'm not here for your pool.
But listen, I'm into the dick, and he did have a nice little dick on. Even though it was full of vomit, he did. Well,
I wasn't interested in that.
Foy said he went to his church, and Andrew said he was Baptist. There it is.
Okay, he must have went to New Bern.
Because Foy is in Miami, but Foy down south.
Okay, come through.
A mess.
You know what happened to me when I went to a certain church. You know what happened to me when I went to a certain church on 199th Street. Okay, and then I was leaving, and then somebody say, "Don't I know you?" Because I'm from Texas. No, you don't know me.
Not my old church. Come on.
What you doing? What you doing now? Going to the airport?
I know that's right. I know that's right.
With you. Listen,
I'm telling you, there's some bold soldiers down in Miami. They some bold soldiers in Miami.
There's a place in the United States Senate for Andrew Gillum. He could go ahead and leave RJ, marry Cory Booker, and they could make a power couple in the United States Congress.
Never happened. Never happened. Corey eyes be blanking too much for me, and they be all bugged out and stuff. He be scaring me. I'm like,
thyroid disease.
I think Cory Booker is cute.
He gives me thyroid disease.
I don't know about that. I don't know. It depends on what you define as
cute. A thyroid gland problem.
I think he's attractive in a nerdy kind of way.
He went to Stanford. I think he went to Stanford, Corey. Mm-hmm. So. Mm-hmm. He was on
that man in Birmingham, Alabama is cute. Okay. That man in Birmingham, Alabama.
The dog skin one? I saw him.
I'm married, but I'm just telling folk though how the man looked. The man is cute. I'm just saying he was cute.
Yeah,
man.
You married, but you ain't dead. You could say with somebody cute,
but you don't have to bring that out there because you don't. Next thing people be DMing you and emailing you and stuff. So you got to put that out there because these YouTube people are kind of thirsty. I'm just saying. I got a white T-shirt.
Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's my DMs open. But if you think he cute, I'm all here for it.
No, he is. That Birmingham man is something else. He was with Ricky Smiley.
No. Damn the Birmingham man. What about that city councilman in Atlanta?
Wait.
What about that Atlanta?
You're not supposed to get past that like he ain't said what he said. Because I always thought Ricky Smiley was gay. I did.
Well, let me say this. I think Ricky Smiley is who he is. Ricky Smiley and Jamie Foxx remind me of regular, typical church musicians. They're church musicians. They play organs. Not to say all church musicians are like that, but they play church. They play church music. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And Ricky played pretty well.
Church music is saying like they put footprints on ceiling, basically.
No, I'm just saying it's just like flight attendants. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, not all flight attendants, but a good portion of them. That's all. And I am a musician and a flight attendant. Hello. Well,
okay. So you will know. That's my thing.
Well,
I mean,
you know what? Now, as far as the musicianship, I was very young and I was real leery of men like that. So, but I was approached many times. As a flight attendant, I was a little adult. So, you know, yeah, but yeah. Flight attendant was a good life. So anyway, but that was my younger years.
What scandal does James Hall have?
Oh, he was in that bed with that man and they was taking pictures. He was in the bed with a man. Yeah, I mean that ain't no rumor. I mean the pictures was out there. They were out there.
Yeah,
they were out there. Let me tell you something. I know people may not like William McCrae.
William McCrae, what put your business
people may not like William McCrae, but William McCrae put a lot of stuff out there. As a matter of fact, elteddy will tell you one of our associates, William McCrae, busted, and I was just mortified. So William McCrae
did.
Ooh, Lord, I saw that. But did you see that, elteddy? I saw that. I'm like, ooh.
Remember when William McCrae put the boy out there who was sucking the dick at the church a couple months ago?
Yeah, but no, this person, no.
I know who you talking about. I ain't talking about that.
He put his vagina and everything on there, and then he put the text on there saying, "I like both." Oh my God. Anyway, and this is right in the church. This ain't the worldly stuff. These are church people. I'm talking about people who have high positions in churches. Mm-hmm.
So is it true what they say about Dietrich Haddon?
Oh, not you drinking Lysol. Please don't do that.
I'm listening.
What about Dietrich?
What about Dietrich?
I mean, I'm just saying. I heard Dietrich Haddon.
I don't know about Dietrich, but he's in Indianapolis, and I'm gonna tell you what, he shouldn't have left his wife, because his wife, Demeter, was fine. And I don't know. Well, anyway, I don't know what was going on, but Dietrich. Well, anyway,
he got a nice.
Wait, the first wife or the wife that he got with the daughter?
No, the first wife. That first wife was no joke. She was fine. Demeter Haddon was off the chain. So I don't know what happened to that, but yeah.
Well, I saw the Real Preachers of Detroit, well, LA, and he did say he was cheating on the first wife with the wife that he got with the daughter. That's why.
And that is true. And I thought it was really, really crazy that he did that. But they were high school sweethearts, and that's what usually happened. Which is
Joshua 19942. You seen that meet that came?
I ain't know that.
Internet it was kind of big. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, see,
I never saw that picture.
It wasn't big enough. It was you went up for it like he had safari size, and then when I looked it up, I said, "The fuck." I mean, it's all right, but I wouldn't lose my marriage over it.
No, that's the apostolic stuff. Y'all believe that apostolic stuff alone, that Jesus only stuff. Okay,
I'm not here for safari.
That Jesus only stuff. Y'all better leave it alone.
Everybody talk about safari.
But what about Vashawn Marshall? Because I heard a lot about Vashawn Marshall.
Wasn't he the one, elteddy, that thought he was positive tested, was negative, and he gave that testimony? Vashawn, right?
The dread?
Vashawn Marshall, who sang Nobody But You. Searched all over, couldn't find nobody.
I got to find out one, because there was one who gave an interview and people were asking the question then, well, if you thought you even had it, then that meant what were you doing to get it?
Oh,
it might have been, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to go check, but and this is not gossip. This stuff has been on.
That's the one with the dreads, right? He had dreadlocks.
Long hair, kind of. I mean, well, no. This guy was brown skinned. It may be. I know his name started with a V. That might have been him.
Vashawn Marshall.
But anyway,
I think that is him. That is him. From if I remember.
Yeah, and everybody that I talked to about him, they all say the same thing. Oh, that queen. Oh, that bottom.
Well, it's a lot. What's the one who sings? Who was his name? Oh my God. No one just like I can't think his name, but he lives in Houston now, and he was actually in the Army, and that's how he got started. He was part of GMW, well, Gospel Music Workshop of America, and he was actually Colleen. Ernest Pugh, yeah.
That's somebody told me they saw Kurt Carr at, now this is allegedly, let me put that out there. A friend of mine said they saw Kurt Carr at the Sigma, you know, when they had their national meeting. They saw them at the Sigma national meeting sex party. You know, every time.
I'm gonna say this though, Kurt Carr is a nice guy, and a lot of them people go to these Greek organizations, their meetings. It's you know, for that.
Kurt Carr is a Sigma, but he is. I do know Kurt Carr is a Sigma. I do know that.
I keep hearing about this sex party thing.
Well, let me say this.
Don't pay Ty no mind. Don't pay Ty no mind.
Speaking of
because I went to an HBCU and I went to one too. That's all I'm gonna say.
Speaking of the Sigmas, I lived in Ohio, and their president used to live in Ohio. Enough said.
Thank you, Jay Wilson. Thank you. I met several Sigmas.
I'm not calling no names, but he was the top.
Several Qs. I met him.
You tipped top. And let me say this: it's a certain school in Miami. I ain't gonna call no names, but a lot of boys got turned out.
I went to Hampton University. I'm gonna call the name.
I went to Hampton. I went to Norfolk State. I'm a Spartan.
Yep, me too. I went to Norfolk State for 2 years, and then I finished out in Hampton University.
Behold the green and gold. We're not doing no behold the green and gold.
I was in a band in Norfolk. I didn't do band in Hampton. No shade.
Well, let me tell you something else. I'm telling people, don't sleep on NSU band. They be sleeping. Them smart legions.
I don't know why they sleeping, because I was trumpet. I don't know why they sleeping.
We're not doing it, this whole thing, the green and gold and all of this gangrene.
I mean, why not? Because it is a lot of people that sleep on Norfolk, and I'm like, bitch, why?
We're not sleeping on Norfolk. I might sleep with them because I've had quite a few bust downs up in Norfolk, Virginia.
I am from Florida and enjoyed every minute of school in Virginia. I'm a Florida native. And I must say it was good, but I enjoyed going to Hampton. But let me tell you something, them boys was a little liberal at Hampton.
They was
liberal.
They was,
put it lightly.
They was, and a lot of
I don't think. But I have never seen so many nipple piercings in my life.
Yeah.
What are these boys doing?
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's real shit.
Oh my gosh, Kirk Franklin and LL Cool J.
Ew, that ratio. Kirk Franklin is like 5'2", and LL Cool J is like 6'2".
Well, I'm just glad that God delivered Donnie McClurkin, and he living for the Lord. Okay,
he never delivered him from nothing.
He delivered him from a goddamn thing.
Mother Donna.
Okay, thank you, Miss McCurkley.
Can I say something real quick? So I had to go to a Manpower event in LA, and when I tell you them boys that Perfected look like some off of what's the man's name? What's his name? Not LL Cool J, but what's the man who can't touch this? What's his name?
MC Hammer.
You know how MC Hammer used to have them men with them things up in their head with the paddle belt? I'm telling you, they was giving me that. They was giving me that at Perfected, okay? And what they had perfected was them hairdos and them fashions. That's what they had. I don't know what else they were perfecting, but they were perfecting them hairdos and them
waves
clothes.
I went to a Kojic convention. I had to sing with GMWA.
Oh Lord!
And we went to the Garden of Prayer in Norfolk. I ain't never seen so many queens in one setting in my life.
You talking about Bishop Willis? You talking about Bishop Willis?
It was worse than at the
do you not know that Ted Thomas and Mother Charlotta done died?
Yes.
Charlotta and Ted Thomas, they died weeks. He died, and then she died a week after him. I went to that church for 2 years. I went to New Community Church of God in Christ for about 2 years. Because Chris Thomas them used to have them cheering, singing.
He did. I didn't know nothing about.
Dead.
Ain't nobody tell me nothing about that.
Yes, Mother Charlotta Thomas. And Mother Charlotta, she used to have me rolling. Okay?
Yeah.
She had me rolling. But how old are you? Because see, I
32.
Okay, so you don't remember the midnight musicals at Mount Carmel?
The midnight musicals.
I was supposed to go to 2 of them, and I said no, I can't do it. I can't, but I wanted to go. I did. I wanted to go to one of them.
Midnight musical was after watch night service.
I wanted to go. I did. I wanted to go.
So are you still in Virginia?
No, I'm in New York now.
Okay, because I used to know Earl Bonham, and his choir used to be called As We Are. And we used to ask, how are you? And then Sylvester Starr.
Yeah.
Queen Street Baptist Church, and it was full of queens too. Queen Street and Butte Street and Bank Street. Ooh, yeah. Lord. Ooh. Let me tell you something. Some people could sing in Norfolk though. I ain't gonna lie. Peggy Britt and the Philharmonics.
They did. I will say this: the GMW, the Tidewater chapter of GMWA, they could sing, but they didn't have nothing on the Hampton Road chapter. They didn't.
Yeah.
Whenever we would go with them, they would always sing first, and we always sung last because they knew they couldn't keep up with us.
Yeah. Well, I went to when I left Church of God in Christ, I wound up going to Barbara Amos's church, Faith Deliverance Christian.
I know who they are.
Yeah. So she played drums for Shirley Caesar.
Yeah, I know exactly who they are. We sung there one time.
That makes sense. Shirley over there.
Barbara Amos she could preach her butt off though. I don't care. No, now her organist has the church now. She's in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her organist has the church.
Which, have y'all been seeing? Have y'all been seeing those videos that the Clark Sisters been releasing lately? They've been redoing a lot of their old songs, and they've been making videos of it recently. Twinkie don't look like I ain't saying she back in perfect health, but she's good enough to where she can be singing.
Well, they need to do an album quick before somebody leave here. I ain't saying they need to do an album quick.
I thought Twinkie was leaving home. I thought Twinkie was leaving here. I really thought she was leaving.
They need to do something. And then they need to reconcile with the news so all 5 of them can sing. I don't know.
They ain't trying to do that. But Denise got too many kids and grandkids to take care of. She ain't got the type of
time. The only thing that
don't matter. They're still their sister, and they need to reconcile with her.
Only thing though, let me tell you about Denise though. She wasn't a strong singer, but she could play that tambourine and she'd be shaking her head and she would get a appearance that she was doing it. Okay.
Hey, remember when they used to come down to Cooper Temple and sing? And listen, people don't know. People listen to the Clark Sisters.
And the Pace Sisters. And the Pace Sisters. Oh, I remember the Pace Sisters came and showed the whole church down. That's when we was in that little church.
Yep. And that's what, listen, that's why I always say the Pace Sisters was always better than the Clark Sisters. It was always the Pace Sisters for me.
Let me tell y'all a story. I'm going to tell y'all a story. And I was singing with elteddy's. Are they your cousins or that's your cousins? Your first cousins,
those are my cousins, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. My first cousins. So
me and elteddy went to the same church. And this church is known for a choir. They have a choir, excellent musician. So we had to go to the pastor's first cousin's church in Pompano Beach. It was Community Church of God in Christ. Lord have mercy, we stepped up in there and they were serving Kool-Aid. Okay, first of all, that took me off. I'm like, why y'all serving Kool-Aid up in the church? The lady, the usher was just passing out cups and stuff. So, that scared me after that Jim Jones stuff. I'm like, So, I thought that was really weird. So, after that, la, we went up in the choir stand and sung. I'm cool. The church tore it down, right? So the church kind of felt normal, right? Mm. So then they were doing, things, giving people little gifts for things that they did for the anniversary. So it was this lady named Sister Barbara. And I never forget the pastor saying, we want to call Sister Barbara. He never called her Sister Barbara. It was Sister Barbara. So we were looking over to the left-hand side, and we saw all this gold foil like that you put roses in. So we thought this lady was getting ready to get roses. I'm like, God, they got her a lot of roses, right? So typical Church of God in Christ style. We know you can. We know we can't pay you, sister, but we want to give you a token of our appreciation. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. And baby, he went down and he pulled up them uncut collard greens. When I tell you, Negroes was towed down. Okay, he had.
He did not give her a bushel of collard greens, not this bushel of collard greens.
So then it didn't stop there. Okay, it was bad enough.
Live for my homeboy, they talking about a whole bunch of shit. I turned my shit.
What happened? Oh, so it was bad enough that it was uncut collard greens, right? So
with
then
the rubber band on there, with the big red rubber band.
She said, "Thank you." She said, "Thank you." She said, "I gotta tell it." She said, "I gotta tell it." She said, "Brother, can I tell it?" He said, "Tell it." She said, "Saints, you better do what the Lord say do." He said, "Saints, you better do what the Lord say do." She said, "Saints, the Lord told me to go to Winn-Dixie." She said, "I don't know why God told me to go to Winn-Dixie, Saint. And he told me to get some fat and some oxtail." She said, "I don't know why, Saints, but the Lord told me to do it." And she said, "You know what?" She said, "Collard greens, fat, and oxtail." She said, "Oxtail, fat, and collard greens." She said, "Baby, this thing coming full circle." And she started running around the church. We laughed with each other for at least.
You know the collard greens still had that red rubber band on it, that big red rubber band on it that they put on them good collard greens. You know what I'm talking about when you go buy the collard greens uncut.
But the Lord told her to go to Winn-Dixie because God knew she was gonna get some uncut collard greens that night.
She probably bought some Czech sodas. You bet. I bet she had some Czech sodas with that, a good Czech fruit punch. Peach.
Hey, man, when I went to Florida, you know I was checking it down. They got diet.
The last time I went home, I got me some Czech sodas from Winn-Dixie and didn't play around.
They got that big red junk up here in Texas, but it ain't nothing like that Czech soda.
Not like that Czech peach and that Czech fruit punch.
And Winn-Dixie done cleaned up their little image since Publix been whipping their tail. Now they got clean stoves.
Oh, they do?
Oh yeah.
You know what, Shanta? My favorite male singer from Sunday's Best is still Joshua Rogers. I love Joshua Rogers. He's still my favorite. I love the season that he won.
Y'all seen that picture that I put up about that girl? Y'all seen that girl?
The last season of Sunday's Best that I saw was when that gay guy gave Kim Burrell the business.
Oh yeah,
that was the last episode I saw when that gay guy gave Kim Burrell and Donnie McKirkland the business for that night.
I don't like you know how. I used to like you.
Yup, that was it. I went up, and Yolanda Adams and Kiki Shear was like, "Bitch, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm talking to y'all."
The skinny boy, I believe his name was Jermaine Sellers. He was on.
I think so. And then he came back and apologized.
No, but
I said, "What is you apologizing for?"
I remember seeing Jermaine on. He's on one of those YouTube reality. Well, he appeared as a friend on one of those reality shows. I think it was Chasing Atlanta or Dallas, or one of them was
probably.
But he was talking,
and I'll never forget it. I said, "What are you apologizing for?"
But he was talking.
And I like what he said was a lie.
I said, "What are you apologizing for?" You know, she does got a little nasty spirit. She does got a little hard and nasty spirit. And I mean, I used to like her too. But I mean, you only got 5, 6 jazz runs you be doing all the time. And then you ain't got a whole lot of range. I mean, you good and all, but really though. And you breaking heels and stuff, really? Now you know. Hold on now. You know I interviewed Kim Burrell's brother's lover on my channel. So Eric Burrell's lover came on and interviewed with me, and it was deep.
Well, let me ask you this, since you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because I heard Kim Burrell was divorced, and I always felt like she divorced her husband because she caught him in bed with another man. I said, they gotta be why she's so hard on Gay.
Eric Burrell's ex-lover confirmed that. You remember when I did that interview with Eric Burrell's? Yeah, he confirmed it, and he said that Kim had a problem with Eric because he was their step. So his dad, Kim's dad, had an affair with his mom, and Eric was conceived. So that has some ugly family dynamics as well.
I said it. I said that. I said it gotta be that she caught her ex-husband in bed with a man. I said that's why she's so hard on the gays. It got to be. That's what it had to happen. I always said.
And then you thought you was gonna get on Ellen channel, right? Ellen show. That's what I'm saying. Don't try to berate people, but yet use people as a stepping stone to advance your career. And what really bothered me with Kim was she kind of dissed the church folk for a while, talking about she's going to a new level. She's doing different things with her music, and and then whenever people have a problem, run back to the church people.
Yeah.
So
a mess.
A
mess.
I said that. But when you got Kim Burrell and Miss McKirkland together, I lived. I said, oh my God. Yeah. Please don't cuss these people out on Sunday.
Kim Burrell was losing weight when she was doing that their Hidden Figures song, but baby, she lost by 2 ounces and wanted to wear a little onesie with this old little chinsey outfit on. I'm like, Kim, girl, you ain't lose but 2 pounds, and now you want to wear all that with that camel toe showing. Girl, you better stop. You ain't even coaching no more. I ain't, I don't go to coaching no more, and felt a little shame. I'm like, really, Kim just lost 2 ounces and then thought she was like a size 2. I'm like, really?
Child. I'll never forget when she sung that song for Hidden Figures and she fell in the middle of her performance because the heel gave away. I never forget that.
She didn't lose 2 ounces. That whore put on a good girdle that day. And she looked like she took off 2 ounces. She had on a good girdle that day, and probably did a little coffee enema to lose, a good 2 pounds that was lodged in her good intestine.
Yolanda Adams know how to be. Yolanda Adams let people be what they want to be. Yeah. She does what she needs to do. And the sad part about it is they're both from Houston, and you would think, But
I thought Kim Burrell was from Virginia. I don't know why I thought Kim Burrell was from
Houston. I mean, Houston has some really good singers, and at one point, all the gospel music singers were moving here because, like I said, Ernest Pugh was here, Lamar Campbell was here, Ron Summers was there. So they were getting a lot of musicians out of Houston because of these big mega churches, and a lot of them played for Windsor Village. And then all of a sudden, they start moving out.
He phone boning. He trying to get him a date tonight. Ty up there trying to get him a date. I
don't know what's going on with Ty because he was all up there trying to get him a date. He's from New York. He's got that New York spirit. He's from New York. He got that New York spirit on him.
Mm-hmm. He up there in New York on Jack over there getting it here.
Where he from, El Teddy?
He's in New York. He's up there in New York.
You know what? The spirit told me that because that's that New York spirit right there. And that's how they be doing in New York. That's
he up there in New York. He about to go and
either he from Brooklyn or the Bronx. He don't look like he from Queens. He look like he got that Brooklyn or Bronx spirit on him. One of them B spirits, okay? Not the Q, not the Staten Island or the M. It's the B. Where you from, Ty? You from Queens?
I'm from Brooklyn.
My spirit, and I said I am not a post prophet. I'm a free prophet.
And I live in Long Island. I ain't got that spirit on me.
Star City. You from where?
He's from Brooklyn.
I'm from Bed-Stuy.
I used to live in Canarsie. Well, I lived in Queens first and then Canarsie.
Yeah, I'm from Bed-Stuy.
And we've been
on where you at in New York now? You in Manhattan?
Who, me? I'm in the
Bronx. You in the Bronx? Didn't I call that? Giving you. Didn't I call that? Didn't I call that? You live on the Grand Concourse? No, let me stop. Well, I don't want to start calling it out because
I am a block away. I am right around the corner from the block.
Come on, I know that because you give me that spirit. You give me that Coleman for breakfast spirit. Okay.
I'm giving Trey.
No, I didn't say you was giving Trey. I said you Coleman for breakfast. Look, he looked like.
I'm trying to say.
When I was in New York, he looked like that two potato cheese. And oh Lord, I remember that.
That's where we went that time. That's where we walked that time when I was at that time.
The first time I was,
you're not giving nobody straight.
I thought Chi-Chi was the restaurant like in the South. So I'm like, oh, y'all take me to the Mexican restaurant. It was nothing Mexican in that Chi-Chi. It was a drag queen that fell off the stage. I'll never get Chi-Chi's.
Chi-Chi's didn't have a stage.
No, that was two potato. Chi-Chi's is when they played the pool.
Ty might remember that because Ty is 48 years old. Ty is 48.
Oh, Ty, you 48?
No, I'm not.
Your age, 48.
Well, Ty, I'm 51.
I'm 44.
But Ty is 48. He's close to your age, Jay.
Yeah. I see you on the West Side Pier. No, just kidding.
+4.
Run out on that pier. But we've been on for 3.5 hours, and it's been fun.
Yo, we about to get off.
Well, it was real time, and
chatting what you
giving
got.
you that real. And thank you, El Teddy, for allowing me to come on because I was definitely getting ready to go to bed. But I said, let me see what El Teddy doing. Let me click it on here, and then you was giving that verses, and I'm like Dorothy Norwood and Dottie People would have been good because they both have range. Monotone. They don't ever go
all music.
I'll agree with that.
They got half an octave.
We're all
but let me tell you something about that little Dottie People though. She thought she was doing it with them gowns, baby. She thought she was at the cotillion. Okay,
and that same finger wave that she had every performance. She had that same finger wave every performance. Anyway, can y'all put some shondos in the chat before we get off? We about to get off here, y'all. I thank y'all for being vocal president and active. Thank you for everything that you do. Ty and I might be back tomorrow. I'll see if he in the middle of Ty getting bust down tomorrow. He might be able to come over here and come on.
He might be getting bust down with this COVID. I heard it was
on Tuesday.
COVID.
Tuesday is the Lord's Day. I don't do that.
Hey, in the immortal words of Blanche Devereaux, anybody can get laid on a Saturday. See what you can do.
Okay. Period.
Blanche Devereaux taught us that a long time ago. Okay.
Period. Yes.
That's all we got for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for coming in the chat. Y'all drive safely. We're gonna be out.
Thanks, El Teddy. All right.
Later, man.
Bye,
all right. Am I?